Welcome to tonight's episode of Twitch Slays DnD. Tonight's a different episode. We're not doing like traditional like Dungeons and Dragoons. We're just gonna be doing our regular kind of like epilogue stuff. So we'll be talking about.
You think you're funny?
I got some cutscenes for you guys about how things are going and just how stuff is.
No cursing.
Good.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow!
Start. We do have, so the way we're gonna do this, we're gonna have an epilogue, and then if you guys have any questions after that's all done, we'll happily answer character questions and stuff like that. Like, what made Blaxton lick the rock so long ago? I'm sure I'll have questions for you
Oh my
guys.
god, wait, I want to answer all the questions.
Wait.
Everyone ask me all the questions.
We have an epilogue.
Out of Blaxton and Blue, who's put more stuff in their mouth?
Definitely Blue.
Oh,
No,
no, it's
Blue.
Because the rock doesn't go in the mouth, he
It
just
goes
licked it.
Are
Licks
we
them.
sure it's not Nova?
Oh!
Okay.
Oh, all right, guys. Let's get a small recap about what happened last week. Last week, you guys found yourself running face to face with an Alhoon. Professor. An Alhoon is a form. That's a. It was not a person. Alhoon. It is a monster in the manual. In Alhoon, which was Dr. Professor Calamari, Master of Ceremonies. That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys eventually took him down, defeating him. While defeating him, you also defeated the Elder Brain as it sunk into its vat of grossness. Everyone walked away from that, but just barely. Todig was on the floor a few times. Israfel looked like was also hurting.
I think I was fine.
I was ready to kill all of you.
That's also true. But anyways, that is what happened last week. After that, they had a moment where they received, Nova and Bott had their opportunity to speak, and Bott finally got to experience and express their feelings for Nova. And then I got to absolutely rip those feelings away, because soon after, they had to head back to Aethelmore, where the whole point of this journey was to help Bott release the souls from his gem, which were that could create a nuke, essentially, on this plane, and could kill a lot of people. So they go back and rush to this chair that they had, that Bott was constructed in. You guys find Brother Martine there, and Bott needed to get in the chair now, because destroying the Elder Brain was powering all of these crystals. That is how Paxium has funded all of its power in the first place. When the Elder Brain exploded, essentially, it detonated all of its psychic energy, powering and superpowering these crystals. Bott then got in the chair, generating enough power to release the souls from their gem. Upon releasing them, they were immediately absorbed into the tower over, which was the Conjuration Tower. And as if out of a portal, thousands of Gith poured out of this tower into the courtyard, and all of the souls that were lost for thousands of years finally came back, and Bott's mission was complete. They restored all of the life that was lost of Paxium, saving an entire civilization of people, a race, culture, and everything else in between. We thought Bott was dead. We headed down to speak with these individuals. There was a cast of mass tongues, causing a lot of people to communicate. You guys were able to see people that influenced Bott's choices, and we found out that the souls inside of this gem were what gave Bott special powers and abilities that are outside of the normal world. After talking to a few somewhat familiar faces of Capheus, Albus, and Valentina, the three people. Valentina was the elderly lady who constantly reminded you not to use profanity. There was Albus, the boy who liked to burn stuff on fire, and
was a bard.
And was the bard.
The greater of the two sins.
Yes, and of course Capheus, who was probably the first personality to encapsulate Bott. All of those created an amalgamation of Bott's personality. After kind of talking and not really knowing what to do, Bott, or the body of Bott, the original programming, came down with Calstrate, who was the creator of this character. Bott is still alive, the programming and the warforged that we know and love, but the personality that they bestowed isn't. This part of them is no more. All of the thousands of souls inside are what gave Bott the personality and the spice that they had and you share some of those memories with many of these people in the crowd. And that is where we left off on Bott. Do you like to party?
That was a good ending.
That was a very good ending.
Thanks.
Final thing said.
Hair flip.
So now we're going to kind of in a time lapse, or a period of time is going to elapse. After this takes place, there's kind of a weird confusion period where the Gith don't know what to do, and the Queen is kind of confused as thousands of people popped up in her kingdom. The Gith people are currently being sheltered in the dormitories at the school. They don't have enough, so they have to kind of like outsource, and they're filling as many Gith as they can while they're trying to teach a new language, learn a new language, and try to understand what's being said without magical intervention. Sawyer led the charge. He's a linguist, nonetheless. Intelligent guy, was able to.
A cunning linguist.
Yes, absolutely.
Cunning linguist.
He fits in.
Cunnilingus.
Thank you.
Stop it!
We're having a good time.
I'm sorry.
Sawyer
I'm
was
having a good time.
translating most of this, and he's taken the brunt of it because, of course, you guys do have some Gith writing and has been familiar with it. Him, Sam, and Martine. Martine actually is not involved in this linguist, but we'll get to him a little bit later. Currently, Sawyer has been trying to translate these and try to teach classes as an educator to show other languages to the Gith, as well as teaching Gith to some of the higher up authority figures. This is where Mog steps in. Mog is the archmage who casts mass tongues, and he is working with Calistrate. She's the most intelligent figure amongst the crowds. She was one of the scientists, one of the original ones working on all this massive project, and she knows what took place in Paxium. She, of course, was the one who created the soul gem that was able to sustain life for thousands of years to keep Bott functioning, as well as a major creator of the warforged that we know today. She does not have the ability, but with the assistance of Mog, she is able to teleport and find their way to meet Gilderan once more. Upon their reunion, she's astounded to find out he's still kicking, given his age and how he functions. But with the two of them together, they are able to work and eventually create a power gem that is self-sustaining, one that does not require soul gems that are unethically sourced.
Good.
Boo.
Soul gems are still found on the black market, and those are things that you can still occur and whatnot. However,
unethically sourced?
they are.
They're living souls trapped in crystal used to power dark arts.
Yeah.
Souls and soul
so
gems are usually
bad.
considered unethically sourced because it does consume the soul, and that soul doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
It basically shreds it as opposed to just being like, be free, go back to wherever you were supposed to go.
Naughty,
It
naughty.
eats it. Not a good thing to be that person. So those still exist on the black market because they're like fun, they're easy to make opposed to, or easier to make than these power crystals, which are actually very expensive and very difficult, but it is starting a new age of invention. That first power gem is going to go to the school for hosting all of the Gith, and there's now basically a renaissance period for magic, as it is now easier to access power of different degrees.
Sick.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, the Aethelmore Academy of the Arcane Arts, also known formally as. That school is the one that's going to have the crystal. The School of Artificers now becomes an official school to where you can get an official degree as opposed to just taking gen ed classes that just has on the side. It's no longer just extracurricular.
Oh my god, that's exciting.
With someone as talented as Calistrate, they're able to show that there is a path, a career path for artificers in the future. So now this world that we have now has more things. More new things that you'd find in almost like a industrial period.
Oh wow.
Yes.
How's the mall?
The mall?
The mall.
Fantasy Mahal.
Fantasy Mall.
Is it all built now?
Not yet. We're not there yet.
Okay.
Currently, it's just been a few weeks in this
Oh,
little
got it.
time period.
Okay.
Oh,
There's
it's
more
I
like
got
Fantasy
excited.
Mahal, yeah.
Yeah, with Auntie Annie's and
Hot Topic.
No, Uncle
What's his
Anthony.
Pretzies?
Uncle Anthony's
I thought it was
and
Wetzy's
Pretzies. There's
Westies,
two.
Pretzies.
They're competitors.
Right, and
Okay.
it's Fantasy Hot Topic,
And Fantasy Hot Topic, as clearly
which
stated.
is under new management, or what's happening there?
Depends. We're about to find out.
Oh
Now.
no!
Fucking
The
sick.
Gith people are staying on campus until they're able to learn enough comments where they're now being integrated into the society. They're considered as refugees for the time period, but every single person, all the students who are a part of classes are now getting assigned projects and homework to where they have to get autobiographies of every single person to help restore the culture and get as much memory of the society that they have left. Because these people still have their memories, they're not fading out, they don't lose their knowledge of their culture, they just have been night-night and asleep for a really long time. So, yeah, super weird on that one, but they're starting to rebuild this culture and starting to make archives for it. During this time of growth.
Wait! Oh, it's a test donation. Never mind. Wait, no, it isn't a test donation.
What?
Pharaoh!
Thank you for the donation!
Thank you so much.
Is that the message? This is a test donation?
This was.
I wonder, because I know we were trying to figure it out in the past. Welcome. I just pulled that back up to look. This is
We'll figure it out later.
Epilogue
Thank you.
conclusion.
We're done.
Thank you so much.
58. I'm dead. That's hilarious.
Appreciate it.
That was my bad. That the alert didn't happen the first time. Oh.
All right.
So we level up?
This is also a great
40?
period of exploration. Now that with the Gith's understanding, knowing the architectural designs of Paxium, they know how to navigate a bit better when they do find and discover ruins. They know what to expect crossing areas because people are familiar with this. Capheus actually leads the first expedition in the next abandoned ruins that are discovered. They start pushing out to find more pieces of Paxium and starting recovering old artifacts and things from people's livelihoods. Capheus was the fighter that embodied Bott as probably one of the first personalities to take place. He also becomes an archaeologist along the way, to where he is one of the first archaeologists and he is the expert of the field because he lived it and he knows what he's doing. Well, expert of the field of Paxium specifically.
Is it really archaeology if you're just like showing people your home?
That's what makes
These
it...
people must have really been cool and good at sex and really smart and handsome.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it would be interesting to walk into your house 1,000 years later. You're like, I had this is my bed, but now it's petrified. That's weird.
Weird.
We made it with this type of wood because that's what we had at the time.
Oh, that tree's extinct now? Damn.
Weird.
Where's my pet spider? Oh, it's just a giant bug.
Oh, you eventually find your own place that's petrified there too. You know, crazy. So he becomes one of the first archaeologists. Yes.
Oh, no, you can continue. I just have a question.
Yes. Pop it.
Finish your conversation.
That's it. He's an archaeologist
He's an
now,
archaeologist.
and they're starting to excavate Paxium.
Awesome. My question is, the song that Bott wrote for Nova, I guess this is a Q&A now for Devin from the cast.
Trademark.
Was that was that an actual, like, was that someone?
Was the child?
You dated
Stop
a
that.
child.
It was the
And
child was
if
the
you
boss.
start asking around, you've been asking if anyone
Who
recognizes.
was the one that confessed their love to me?
Trademark TM.
You want to be real sad?
Roll a d20. That's the age of the person.
Oh, shit, let's
You want to be real
go.
sad? Roll me d20.
Oh no.
I rolled a 9.
19.
19. You ask around, you get a good enough hint. As you start, you find a way to recreate the song, and you can actually like play it somehow to where other people can hear what the song is, and no one recognizes
With my
it.
beautiful singing voice.
It's the one. After kind of talking to thousands of Gith and playing that song, you would expect someone to come out and say like, I know that song. But at the end of your search, you feel like that is one of the things that was unique to the Warforged's personality. No longer
I'm
exists.
done! Have a good night, everyone! Oh my god! Ah, I'm crushed!
No, you still have Winter,
I'm
who you
cr-
never broke up with.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We will get there.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
All right. One more thing is the next one we're talking about is Albus. Albus is the bard,
Oh, the child.
the child bard. Yes.
Does he die in his sleep? painlessly?
No, actually.
Oh, he does it good!
He actually finds a group of halflings
Oh.
known as the Birds. They're a trio that are musicians. And in fact, the bagpipes that he has actually suit the lead vocalist's voice rather well.
Good for them.
Good for them.
They have they're new to Aethelmore.
Yeah, no one's heard of them before,
They
have they?
came in about a little less than a year ago.
Yeah.
They tell a story about being saved from a cave.
Yeah, they
And
do,
how
huh?
trolls are super scary.
Yeah.
And how there's a bunch of weirdos out there that are super cool.
Yeah, they do.
Because,
Can I hear one of them talk about it real fast?
no, actually.
I can't?
I can't.
You can go and check out one of their concerts if you'd like. They
Wait,
are
wait, is this Eagle?
Eagle, Hawk, and Falcon, baby.
They made it?
They made
Made it.
And they took one of Bott's children and let him live.
it. And now they
Let
are,
him live.
it's now it's a quartet.
Wow. I love it.
You
Okay,
know,
someone has
if
to.
you want to learn about their music, you can always go to a concert.
I don't want
They exist.
They do.
Tell me if you want to find a bird concert.
No.
They're pretty popular.
I'm sure they are.
All right.
I was buy a CD, a fantasy CD, so we can listen to it.
Wait, I forgot. Were they Kenkus?
They were goblins.
Goblins.
But they're they're
Probably
named
Their
wasn't.
names are
birds.
birds.
The birds.
Named after birds. No, as more memories of the Gith start to resurface, all of you are kind of taking a place in kind of integrating these people into society. You are famous amongst the kingdom that you're a part of. You are in Aethelmore, which you are heroes here for, stopping a war, which is pretty neat. So a lot of people like you.
Devin, for our new viewers, can you remind me, how did we stop a war?
So technically, Blue came in, right?
What were the specific actions taken
What
by...
actions did each individual of the parties do to prevent a war?
So Blue
All
came
for
in,
one, one
right?
for all, baby. You speak as a team, you are a team.
Okay.
All boats rise with the tides.
I will be the one that's kind of asking the questions for the chat.
Okay.
Miss Dinosaur Magikarp 13 asks, can we please have a sample of the bird concert Almighty TM?
Yeah, dude.
I'll think about it. I'll write that one down. We'll get back to that later.
Okay.
I need a sample. A sample of the bird
A sample,
concert.
like one of those little quick iTunes samples you get when you just click on the song.
Big fan of that. Sample of bird concert. Yeah, that's gonna go. I have that written down. I'm never gonna forget about that one.
More information in the Discord.
Yes.
PM.
So as more memories
Or
resurface,
you could improv it out.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Oh, okay.
I like my throat. I honestly haven't done their voice, and I haven't done my Toad impression in so long that I might just destroy my own
Damien,
throat.
take it away.
Anyways,
It would have gone too long.
memories of the Gith start to resurface to where now every one of them are starting. They all recognize you as if they have played a part in Bott's life, or at least they have almost like some fragmented memories as if they were Bott in a time period, and they all speak with you in a very familiar sense. So to like several thousand people, they treat you with the same familiarity that your friend Bott used to treat you. Now, they don't remember everything, and it's clear that certain personalities stood out differently. Some are a bit edgier than others. Some people are nicer, kinder, bolder, shyer.
Hi. So I'm gonna resist.
I
So-
knew it was coming.
Hi.
You do recognize that all of them have a connection to you some way that even you were unfamiliar with, but they seem familiar with you. A bit of time passes, and after a first excavation and a lot of the autobiographies have taken place, they eventually erect a history museum in the town. The history museum is actually taking place where an old art gallery used to be. An old art gallery was burnt down, has maintained its charred abyss, essentially. And no one has taken on the use of it. It's just in a side of town, the damages were a lot, and people just didn't want to deal with it. It was a big building.
Was the rent too high?
Expensive rent on top of like damaged building, the insurance rates are bad here, so it's hard to say.
Asbestos.
Damn it, capitalism.
Damn,
You
it's
know,
good.
fantasy capitalism.
Damn, it's good.
Even here, we can't afford healthcare.
Even in the fantasy.
When healing
we
is
can't
free from a
support-
cleric.
I could give you some healing light, but I don't know. Your plan doesn't cover it exactly, so.
So basically they start taking bits and pieces of Paxium. Anything that has been found from other areas are now being, not necessarily not stolen, but are now considered have rights. Because traditionally, if you were to find an ancient ruin that is thousands of years old, this is finders keepers territory. In this situation, the people are still alive. So,
oh no, don't talk about that in front of Israfel. Israfel's gonna say that's not morally ethical.
That was really
I'm
good.
sorry, are you the British Museum of History?
if we're looking at Britain's colonialism as like a guideline,
Do you know why the people are
think I got
dead?
Bott from the dead.
Whose those items used to belong to? Because the British? Yeah, there's no one around to have these antique treasures. Guess they're ours now. Never mind those corpses.
the British are,
Finders keepers. Oh jeepers, I don't know.
Shots fired!
that was good. Anyways, anything that has been found to be from Paxium or of that sort is within this kingdom is going to be taken and given back to the people of the culture, and anything found is going to be returned to the Gith. As well as this history museum is going to take.
We're being raided by the Pale
Dragon.
Dragon. Hi,
Thank you, Pale
welcome
Dragon.
in.
I hurt you.
Oh my god, I think tonight is just gonna be so much. We're just gonna keep interrupting you, and it's gonna be fucking awesome.
It's okay. We're getting close to the end of the major epilogue here for Bott's story. Because what's going to happen is basically this museum is going to have everything of the Gith people within it. There's going to be cultural areas talking about the war, mind flayers and the Lithids are going to tell a part of the story here, and it's going to be rather interesting. And this is going to educate the people of this kingdom, as it's going to say, like, hey, there's a whole new race here that we didn't know was real, and now they are. But at the front of this big museum is going to have a statue. The statue is going to have 7 people standing there. You have Bott standing at the front. You have Israfel standing with the group. Nova is there. Cal Luna is there. Shy, Todig, and
Shine's there.
Sorry, Blue and Todig, just Shy.
I
Blue and
made
Todig.
it in the game, y'all!
All of the statues are like 10 feet tall, and then just Shy is like life-size 5 feet over here.
It's me!
Bott is not to scale. Bott is taller than the rest, or not taller than the rest, but taller than just a few inches bigger. A little not depicted, like 6'3"-ish, almost life size.
Bott wishes.
Yeah.
In dreams.
Yeah.
And
One of
it's
them's
gonna
tall.
have a plaque on there. It's gonna be right at the front of the museum. You have this big statue, kind of in the courtyard right before you enter, and the plaque is going to say, "To the brave souls who stumbled upon a rusty warforged in an underground ruin. Without you, an entire civilization would have been lost. Thank you for your persistence and compassion. In honor of the Bone Daddies."
You're fucking welcome!
We made it! We fucking made it!
All of your characters are going to be there for the grand opening, and you will all be present when this statue is unveiled and the museum has been officially opened. That is going to be where the epilogues for each character begins. This is kind of the conclusion of the Gith story, with the small exception that Bott never got to experience a family life. They never got to experience a childhood, and they never got to experience what it feels like to have a kid, essentially.
Emotional, damn
Absolutely.
emotional.
Callista and, honestly, the village is going to raise Bott and give Bott a childhood or a life experience of peace that they never got to experience before. They were born in a time of war, and all they have known is survival. And this time, they get to finally experience what it feels like to kick back and enjoy the nicer things in life, or the simple things in life.
Without their girlfriend.
It's true. It's true. Yes.
I'd like, hello, it's me, Israfel.
Child now.
Hi, I'd like
Who are you talking to?
the museum curators.
Hello there.
Oh no, can I talk to someone else?
Oh yeah, there's this guy over here.
Oh, hello.
Hello, I'm the manager.
Oh, okay. I have something for the exhibit.
What do you have for us?
These are two very helpful tools that I had been using for our adventure, and I will loan them to you. If I'm back in time, I may be needing them back for a while. These, you don't get to keep the potato sacks; those are mine. But these are two skeletons that were once mind flayers, but were used to protect the realm.
We will put this in the story of the comeback story.
Excuse me. Hi.
Yes.
Who the fuck do I talk to about my dog? He doesn't have a statue. He was there for the war.
If you look at the mural that is depicted on this wall, you can see.
No mural.
Look at this
Statue.
You look over at the fucking mural, and you see a picture of the final fight sequence with the mind flare. As it's very similar to like a slideshow of the beginning of like of each major moment in the final conclusive battle. You see Israfel's destroyed face with tentacles around, and one disintegrate cast as half of this mind flare is being just destroyed. You also see another image of Nova repairing Todig as Todig is like
Dead.
clinging on to it like the hurt Alhoon. And then of course there is even a picture of Dog biting the mind flare almost at a full like completely perpendicular with the body as if it was like in midair.
Beautiful.
Biting at it. There is no depiction of it blarging Bott with an Eldritch Blast.
This is like multiple pictures?
Yep, huge ass murals. There is an entire section dedicated to
Why am I envisioning? Wait, what are they called? The 12 Stations of the Cross?
I mean, yeah, that's a style of art, yeah.
We're that important.
It's basically ancient comic book style, yeah.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. There is a section of your guys' there's like you ever go to a museum and you have a little spot with a little spotlight on it and it has like a thing you can read? It tells a tale of each story and it goes through like the whole adventure from Bott start to finish, waking up to turning off.
How accurately do they depict Blaxton?
In what regard?
Is his nose always wrong? Is it always like he never has a beard?
Does he have legs?
What?
I told them he was a genie.
Everything.
I can hear. I have good hearing.
All of you were spoken to about
I
the
told them he
stories.
could like go invisible and go through things because he was a mist genie.
They didn't understand ghost form of the tattoo.
Right.
So
well, there's a tattoo.
so
you have a tattoo?
Yes, I showed him the tattoo
So-
the whole time.
when
It's moving around too. It's like a cool spectral.
when Blaxton goes
Yeah.
ghost form, he has this tattoo that he can activate. They did take your your thoughts on it. So when you do that, there's a very stereotypical genie djinn. Like as you float, like you turn into just a little smoke man for a second, and they even give you the full attire because
Does
they
he
like.
have a turban as well?
That's how you described it.
Fuck yeah!
They looked at you confused and they said, "I've never seen ghost turban genie werewolf man before, so this is the best we can do."
Wait, what's that app called? What is it? The Akinator? And you ask him a bunch of questions and he ends up getting it? That's Blackston's full-time job now.
Yeah, he'll acconate now.
Yeah, they didn't ask you to perform a demonstration. They just took like.
The most renowned wizard, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. And yes, there's the full story in the subsection to the right, but then you have the rest of Paxium to explore. And like, they've now made like, it's cool. They have a cool like architectural design, like a miniature scale version of what it was.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like when you see the movies of like Lord of the Rings and they have like the big castles like where they would do the close-ups. That's what they have of Paxium, and it's pretty sweet.
That's pretty neat.
We finally got to see it now. It's a circular city where the main central tower was what hosted the crystal, which you can see demonstrating from like, they have a little light source in there that's like flickering of like a purple bluish light.
Wow.
And then you can see at each like point of the circle city, there's like arcane points where they funnel that energy.
Cool.
All right, that's it for the museum. That's kind of like backstory lore stuff. If you guys have more questions, you can find it all there.
Is Nova in one of these pictures in the avatar state?
It does depict one where it's a.
Fuck yeah, that's all I needed to know.
It's a smaller one because it didn't play a huge part in Bott's story, but it was. It wasn't.
No, I was just Bob's girlfriend or whatever.
It wasn't
For like 5 seconds.
For 5 seconds, and you still didn't break up with Winsor.
Actually, you walk up to the end.
Have a good night,
you
everyone.
walk up to the end of the mural, and right after the fight, before the cyclone and the tornado that you guys ensued, there is a picture of your guys' kiss.
Wait, hold on. No one else was there. No, but did you tell the painters about this? Did this really happen, or did you lie to them like I did?
Is Winter gonna find
You
out?
put this in public.
I didn't think about that.
You
one.
you asked the painters that no one else knew this happened but you.
There's flyers with that
No,
same
but-
kiss outside on a
It's
brochure.
like on the front of the
It's
museum.
an art piece known as The Kiss now.
Quick, somebody draw a mustache on her. They'll never
I'll
know.
never know.
They'll never know.
Oh no.
Anyways,
Put some devil horns. Oh shit! I already have them.
on a side note, you actually see that for the first time because you haven't seen that before because the painters got to work and you shed a little tear.
How did they know?
Know what?
They kissed.
Was there like
Nova told them.
Yeah.
What a.
that makes sense.
Nova fucking talks shit all the time.
100%.
It was a biography. These like scribes came up to you and was like, "Tell me about your life." Now, what person's like not gonna jerk themselves off to their own story?
Yeah.
Did you like how I worded that?
I didn't like.
Am I wrong?
Like you one
Oh no.
No one liked that wording, but I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Anyways, everyone had told
No,
their
they
story.
were like, Nova, tell your story. Okay, this is canon. And she's like, starting from the very beginning, I was left when I was 3 by my mother. Goes and proceeds to tell her entire life story. Then gets into everything and then is so invested in the story, lets everyone know, "Oh, and I fell in love with Bott, and I didn't know, but I had a girlfriend at the same time, but she kind of ghosted me.
The guy already left. You just been talking to yourself. Like,
All right.
But caught on to the kiss.
Caught on to the
You guys ready to see how your stories end?
No.
Yeah!
kill me.
Let's
Right.
go.
All right, Blaxton, we're gonna start with you.
Oh, thank
Oh,
God.
alright.
So during this time period of like the small bit of peace that you guys have, you get a little street urchin comes up to you, and he's a familiar one. Hey, got something for you. Take it. He gives you a little letter.
Alright, I
He
take
leaves.
the-
He doesn't even.
Oh, okay.
He's fucking gone. Same kid that has always found you guys
Yeah.
and delivered him letters.
I don't know how I freaking
He's a little older now.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because time has passed.
A little older. Now he's starting to like acne. He's even grumpier than before. He's in the acne phase.
Okay.
It's a letter from Rosie. She is telling you to meet her at a location. You know the location. It's something you're familiar with. It's a dining restaurant. It's a fancier restaurant that is on like uptown side of.
It's an Olive Garden.
Eighth
It's not. Is
Not an Olive Garden.
She's gonna fuck Blaxton.
I hope not.
It's committed.
It's
Well, apparently we
sometime,
know that's not a problem for you.
I wasn't gonna say it, but you said it.
sometime later this week.
What happened? What'd you say?
No, it's fine. What happens if the rest at the Olive
Moving
Garden?
on.
Okay,
It's not
so
an Olive Garden.
Fantasy Olive Garden.
Fantasy Olive Garden.
It's a fancy Red Lobster.
Ah, hell
That's
yeah.
another winter joke.
Oh.
It was a seafood place for sure because we're midland, so it's more expensive.
Midlands.
But anyways, it's fantasy Red Lobster. Eat ass.
Fancy.
That's the tagline?
Eat ass. It's better than
I'm
we're.
glad we didn't go to the Olive Garden.
It's better than we're all family or whatever is everyone's
Come eat
family.
the family.
Anyways, you guys have a dinner together,
Okay, we have.
and while you're here, the conversation is.
Oh, Gnome Ann is rating with 33.
Wow!
Hi, Gnome Ann. Thank you for joining. So good to see you.
I love you.
We are currently having a conclusion to our like an epilogue tale
our
story.
characters.
There's a lot of like plot happening in a short period of time. People are dying. What? Rosie's gonna come up to you and she is going to say, "I think we need to have a conversation." As you guys kind of like awkwardly get seated at your table.
Did she read the book?
What?
Your menu, sir.
Oh,
As this
God.
man walks up to you and hands you your menu. It's one of the nicest restaurants in town. It's very expensive. She's like, "Don't worry, the dinner's on me tonight."
She thinks you're poor.
No.
I can cover it. It's not.
We've had our disagreements in the past. and I would like to speak with you about... We could use a favor. From you, specifically.
A favor?
That's correct. We need a favor.
For the health caretakers, I assume?
Yes, for the health caretakers. If you can help us out, we will be in your debt to serve. Which, in this situation, you will be no longer in debt to us, and we will let the past go.
That seems fair enough. If you can just let everything that happened go. I know. It's never mind. Just why do you need me specifically?
What we could use is you have a good reputation in the city, and you have a name of wealth and nobility. We could use that to help us with a small vote taking place in the Queen's Council.
Okay, I think I see where this is going already.
I am up for vote to be the Minister of Defense. I need you to go speak with some of the other ministers before they make their vote, and let them know that you have a high image of me.
Well, Blaxton Stockwood's technically dead.
No, I thought Alistair was dead.
Alistair Stockwood is technically dead.
Oh, I mentioned that in the biography too.
Well...
Your story has been revealed to the entire world. Everyone knows who Alistair is and who Blaxton is. Now, they don't know too much about our childhood, but they do know about the stories that Blaxton maintained. I need Blaxton Stockwood to go to these people. They're having a dinner, and I need your assistance in getting them in favor of me. That's all I ask. After the vote has taken place, debts are set free, and we can go on our separate ways.
I don't know if you haven't noticed, but I don't think I'm meant for politics in any way, shape, or form. Even if I do talk good in your name, I don't know how much my voice will be well received.
You were charming once. What happened?
Ooh!
Oh.
I think Blaxton is there bread at the table? I think
There's fantasy red lobster.
There's actually a beautiful cheese bread that tastes absolutely outstanding.
Oh yeah, Blaxton just doesn't even hesitate. He just like shoves a full thing in his mouth without chewing, just to like, it's because there's no water at the table. Yes, so just like, yeah. What were we talking about again? Sorry. So politics. Yes.
Monsieur, would you like the special?
Yes, I would love the special.
And for you, ma'am, the usual. Yes, thank you. And he leaves.
She's a regular.
You'll come here often, I assume.
Of course.
She loves to eat ass. I'm sorry. I want to know. I'm not gonna interrupt these beautiful backstories.
You let them eat ass, Patrick.
No, she likes to. So she comes here so often.
She has schmoozed people here before. At the fantasy Red Lobster, everybody.
Eat ass!
Eat ass. Again, it is the nicest thing in town. Everyone made fun of me when I gave it my dialogue. Food eventually comes, and you start having this meal over some conversation. It's a very nice seafood palette.
Yeah. I think Blaxton's eating, and he just takes a moment to put the fork down. It's like, I think, yeah, it's true. I do owe it to you to do you this small favor, and I think I would like to do that before I officially leave the city for a while.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, we have a small get-together. There's going to be something taking place, a banquet, in the near future. I would just like for you to attend me there, and we should hopefully get
What? Bone Daddy just donated $100.
What?
Who's Bone Daddy?
Shit.
Who is that? Oh my
Are you for real?
Thank you, Bone Daddy, for
Hey, Bone Daddy, I love you.
a honorary Bone Daddy just leveled the party up. Everyone just hits level 12.
I can't.
Yes.
Blaxton, as you're having this conversation
Fiction.
in the party,
Very
you're like,
rousing.
actually, no. After you get out, so we're not making a scene here.
Okay.
You you walk out of the dinner theater, and all of a sudden,
Dinner.
it's a dinner theater.
Dinner
now.
and a
The
show.
whole area leveled up, I guess. The show is actually of the birds, as the birds are putting on a fantastic performance.
What do they sound like?
First circle, full circle.
You hear an intro to some you hear the intro of a bagpipe. And it is actually, I'm just gonna say it, it's of the Clash, Should I Stay or Should I Go? With the vocals of Toad. He's actually singing the beginning intro vocally. And that's when the bagpipes enter. And I'm gonna save everybody the effort of not having to hear. Come on and let me know! As 3 halflings and a singular child GIF member, yeah, they
Oh, okay, yeah.
Guys.
Yeah, good on them.
they're not gobbies here, my
No.
man. They are halflings.
They are, okay.
Anyways, after enjoying that awful performance.
Fun fact, Rosie, I knew every single one of those people at some point in time.
Really
Yeah,
interesting.
they almost died. They were almost eaten alive by a giant. It was a whole.
I'd hate to ask, but are you the blue person they talk about in the song with the troll?
Yeah, I'm the blue person they talk about in the song with the
Interesting.
troll.
Interesting. Yeah, well, you know, I've only known one blue person myself, and she goes back to eating. Anyways, we get out of there. Blaxton, after you leave, you have your Super Saiyan moment where you just randomly level up. You walk out. Hair now is a little slightly spikier now.
Get a level up character.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it too,
All
man.
right, guys, new spells to go here.
Yep.
Anyways.
Shit, I don't even know what to do.
You go to this dinner theater, or this dinner theater. You just left the dinner theater. You go to this dinner banquet with these fancy hoity-toities. Hoity-toities. And I just want a charisma check as you go inside, and that's where we're gonna move on with that.
Oh god, oh god.
Just a flat. Throw me that 20, and we're gonna see where it lands.
I get
Pick a good one.
at the 12.
A 12. You didn't need much persuasion to help out, but you go around the dinner theater, you have some awkward moments. Fortunately, your etiquette memory does, come back to you, and you are fancy enough and formal in this attire, and people are actually enamored by hearing your stories. They know about what just happened and how you're a very famous person within this city, and you seem to have a good reputation with everyone around.
That's good. I do hype up Rosie as much as I can.
There's a moment where you guys split, and she has a chance. You have a chance to speak with her, and how you give a little bit of, not necessarily quite a lie, but a definite omission about what you guys did in your past life.
Yeah.
But how she was an important member of big part of your growing up. Upbringing. And you guys, you kind of give the whole, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for her.
That is 100% true.
Not a lie. And at the end of it, you feel like it goes well. A week passes, she thanks you, and then she eventually becomes this former mafia gang leader, now becomes the Minister of Defense, whether or not that's a good thing or bad thing for a city. Anyways,
Whoops.
moving on. Oh, sorry, Kingdom.
Kingdom.
Minister of Defense for a kingdom. Yeah, a gang leader is now a Minister of Defense. Doesn't matter. Anyways, we'll continue the story here. You eventually go to Delwyn, your mother.
Yes.
And you ask, and what is your goal with Delwyn, your mother?
I think after Blaxton has done all the things with Nagith and all the things with Rosie, it feels like a good time to start talking to my mom about the possibilities that she mentioned before during the war about going to see my father again.
She has been thinking about it since the whole ordeal. She trusts you, she knows that her son is safe and a hero, and she feels comfortable in travel. She's hesitant at first. She doesn't want to go from right away. But she doesn't know, should she tell the entire family or should she just leave? She doesn't know, she's not good with goodbyes and doesn't know how to do it.
I think, honestly, we can just go. I think the most important person in your life, or most important people in your life, are going to be waiting for you over there versus the people in here.
Oh!
Okay.
Get him.
They deserve your hellos and goodbyes forever.
What should I take with me?
Memories. Take with you anything that sentimental value, photos perhaps.
You look around, and there aren't a lot of photos, but there's a lot of hand paintings that she's done. She's a wonderful artist at this point, and all the paintings are very big, and they're like either like not life-size portraits, but we're talking like a 3 feet by 2 feet, like big old portraits. You know, she's had time, and she has all the wealth to her disposal, so she's been doing great. There's a painting of you and Sitar and herself, and this is like strictly fictional because it's of you when you're like a kid, and Sitar and her when they were together.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's a very nice one to take with you.
Do you think I can take it with me?
I'll carry it. I'll make sure it's safe and.
Gotta fold it real good.
I'll hold on to it.
She takes it off, and she kind of starts gathering like weird things. Like she's clearly never traveled before and has no idea what to grab. Like she grabs like. It's midsummer and she grabs the biggest jacket she has because she just doesn't know what to do. She takes the big ass fur coat and she's like, and then you give her the like.
You'll be fine. It's very windy up there, but like we can get something while we're there.
Okay. You spend a little time. Are you gonna try to carriage her? Because the way you're going to get there, I'm assuming, is most likely through the obelisk that you got there.
Yeah, through the obelisk, and I'll probably. Like, give my dad a warning, like, hey, Dad, coming through
You have as many days as necessary to deliver.
Obelisk? Is that what you were gonna do?
He didn't know that he thinks it's 3 words.
I was thinking in Shakespeare, right? I was thinking in syllables.
Don't worry, buddy. You have enough charges on a sending stone that refreshes every day that you can communicate with your dad enough information.
Essentially, I'm gonna be like, on the day I go, be like, hey, I'm coming through the portal, meet me where I met you when I came to the airport.
Find me.
Find me.
So that you don't have to fight wind elementals.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So, are you going to try to carriage?
I think we'll try to carriage.
It's only going to get like halfway before she has to make a very difficult travel through woods. Like it was a dense forest. It was not an easy time.
Yeah, I think maybe we'll get a carriage and possibly a couple people escort if we could from that carriage.
She can afford an escort. Things are kind of weird with the family, and as you guys get into it, she explains kind of what's happened since the war, or the stopping of the war. You guys go on, and since then, the family monopolies that of certain industries has been cracked down on and are splitting up each part of the family. So there were officially 3 parts of the Stockwood estate. They had a business side of things. They were growers, they were makers, and they were distributors. All 3 of the same thing. So since then, all families that have had a huge, big pie piece essentially of industry are now cracking down these monopolies and not allowing the entire kingdom to have a control of this, what's the word for oligarchic society essentially. So these oligarchies are being broken up too, and now there's more of a free market being established via, the kingdom is not allowing any trust, basically trust busting and monopolies are no longer being allowed because the noble families had too much power in the political spectrum, and that's basically what she's been describing to you is everything's shaking down now since the whole war, though the houses don't have the power they used to. Your grandfather's upset because he's holding on to power much he can, and your uncle has been under arrest because he was the one that put on the assassination of someone else. They eventually tracked him down, and he is currently in incarceration. It's a hefty trial.
That tracks for the family. That tracks.
You guys eventually make it. However, I need you to roll me a D100.
Oh.
Nothing crazy here. Something really funny could happen.
46.
You're fine. But there's 5 years of your life you could have been blipped away from. With your mom in the middle of the forest, just you and her.
Oh.
Would have been funny, right?
Would have been real funny.
God.
Anyways, You eventually get back to the obelisk. Is this it?
Yeah. So hold on to my hand, Mom, and I'm just gonna tell all the people that escorted us, good luck going back, and I touch the obelisk.
They stopped before the forest.
Okay, gotcha.
You guys had to travel through the forest.
Gotcha.
You guys pop up in the elemental plane of air, and you send another sending stone to your dad, and he's like, I am looking for you. I cannot find you. Give me a second. And he basically, about an hour or so passes, and he eventually finds you guys.
Traffic was bad.
You're in a different place than before. You are in a different location on this plane.
Yeah, I still kind of don't know how that obelisk thing works.
Glad that you're here. And he looks over at
Yeah.
stops for a moment, just like excited to see you, but then like sees Delwyn, who was kind of tucked behind you. And he is in genie form, so he's very big to his 10-foot size, and as soon as he sees her, you see his face stop, and he turns into the man that you saw in the picture, the human form of Sitar. And he is human. He does not have a bluish skin tone, so he doesn't look like a genie. He has his white facial hair, just like you do, and he has a very super mustache, as the mustache transferred. He does have a
spiral.
Absolutely. He does have a little bit of light graying when he goes in his human form, and he matches age to her, to where she's at. They're both she's probably mid-40s, early to mid-40s now.
So
She is his mother. Blaxton's 20.
Well, when she had me.
Yeah.
We don't count the Feywild
Why is
years.
he graying at 40?
Because he can choose his form.
Dog,
Is he stressed out?
I'm fucking graying at
I'm
20.
graying
Please,
at I
fucker.
grayed at
You
16.
both are stressed out. I know this.
It's almost like he's fighting a war, Patrick.
I'm a dungeon master. You guys aren't stressed? Anyways, he goes over to your mother, and they embrace in a massive hug, and they just kind of awkwardly sit there for a few minutes. Not a minute. Probably about a minute. A minute's a long time for a hug.
But I think it tracks for these two that...
Before they break silence, they have a minute-long hug of no talking. And he tells her, I've missed you. And she's she's not crying, she's definitely teary-eyed and super sad-faced. She kind of digs her face into his chest, and you can hear sniffles coming from it, and they stay there for a few more minutes, and his eyes are closed, and eventually they stop hugging, and he takes her by the hand, and you see him smile for it was kind of not somber, but definitely a sad embrace to see someone for so long. It was happy, but bittersweet. It's been so long. He takes her, and you see the first smile come from him as she seems nervous, and he turns into, not his form, but he begins to fly and levitate, and he tells her not to worry. And he grabs you by the hand, and all three of you begin not basically flying at full speed back to the city and the capital, and you guys make it back. Once you guys get there, he's so excited that you're back because your little kid room is no longer a kid room anymore. It's now an official exercise room and is now no longer your bedroom. He has officially turned yours into an art studio exercise room. And he wants to see it kind of sad for a second, where's my room, Dad? I thought I had a bedroom here.
I think I'm gonna go to if there's a bench press, I'll be oh, it's a new bed, thanks, Dad.
No, this is the surprise. I'll show you right now. And he's he wanted to see you be hey, what's up, bro?
I was gone for a couple, not too long,
The art studio is in here as well as it's get your elliptical. No true workout. The minor I'm staying healthy right by the window so I get a good view. He actually takes you out, and you actually have a little baby tower right next to his on his property.
Wow.
I say baby tower because genies are 15 feet tall when they're in their regular form. So basically there's a tower that's
human.
30 feet tall. So it's small in comparison, but it's what's the word for it? It's the pool house you would have in a rich neighborhood where it's this is for you, my son, and you can have this to stay. And you go inside, and it has a training facility. It has it has the ability to, it has a room, kitchen, everything you'd want. It has a training facility. It has a little mini library. It has a really big bath. He didn't know what to do with a werewolf son, but he tried his best, as there's like a scratching post.
Stop!
There is a scratching post in the bathroom.
Oh god.
Because he's like, I'm not sure, I don't understand.
It's good. It's good. I hug my dad just for the amount of effort that he put into it. Even I see the scratchy post, I'm like, he cared enough about the small things, you know.
He lets you like kind of explore it to your own self. It's a big place. It's a sweet pad. He takes
It's a bachelor pad, huh?
Absolutely. He takes Delwyn. They go and enjoy. He shows her around, or he lets her like. She has high anxiety, so he lets her like cool down and chillax for a second, and they have a very slow evening the next day. That night, the next day, he slowly integrates her into the society, and you guys become part of the society here. If you want to do anything else, let me know, because right here, that's kind of where you were taken in as part of like nobility, noble son, and you can join in the war against the Dio.
I have a gun.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's right!
I have a gun, and whether it was in Aetham or here, I want to make that gun work, Devin.
Why don't you take it to an artificer?
They're busy.
Come on, man. There's a whole bunch of artificers, and you hate
They
me?
just began a whole
Just got
class,
you here?
school.
They're gonna work on getting you ability to shift, like plane shift, back and forth. Some time takes, but he eventually gets a grant where you can plane shift between the city and your plane.
Oh, awesome.
Eventually,
Nice.
it takes some years. You get a little older, but it has to go up the bureaucracy chain to where it gets approved.
Come on, Dad. Come on,
You're trying.
Dad.
Otherwise, unless there's anything else, do you have anything that you haven't finished up on your any loose ends? Oh, you still have hard feelings in your
I
hand.
do still have hard feelings. I'm gonna keep hard feelings.
You have you talk to hard feelings throughout your day.
Yeah, you know, I set that scratching post and it's just like a stabbing post.
It doesn't help it.
Just let it feel like it's doing something.
And
What it is?
there we go. This is for Damien.
What the fuck?
Is it a gun?
No. A knife!
Fucking God.
What is it?
Knife!
It's a nut! No!
Why did we
Oh
give
my
this to him?
God, you gave me a knife.
Look at the handle.
I'm scared. The other side?
No, that is the right side.
Oh.
It says hard feelings, and what is that on top of
That is
it?
hard feelings and abyssal.
Ooh.
So you have hard feelings in real form.
Oh, that's so cute!
This is not leaving my hand for the rest of the stream.
Damien personally does not feel any pull to stab because that is not a truly cursed dagger.
Thank you.
There is no demon bonded
Thank
to
you.
that
I wanna
blade.
hold
Says
it.
who?
Says the person who knows how that thing was built, who built it, and who would burned into it. So
Aww.
This is not leaving my... Devin, you're
There's
There's a
giving me
sheath
a
too,
weapon.
which is
put
cool.
the sheath on, please. I don't know if we're in trouble to have that on stream. So
Maybe.
just
Probably.
Put that off to the side.
Maybe.
Just that's all. You have your own very own specialty blade. It's.
What are they gonna do? Get rid of the channel?
That's a good point.
Really?
Make it-
Wait, we're not canceling the channel.
There are cooking streams. This is a cooking knife.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
It is your carrot cutter.
I just need I need a carrot to chop it.
I know they don't like pew-pews. That's all I have to say.
Yeah,
Oh.
pew-pews.
No pew pews,
Because there
just
was a
carrot
whole
cutters.
scandal with a person with a pew-pew. But yeah.
Mm.
Anyways, for Blaxton, that's
Well,
going to...
Carrot cutter.
Yeah, I think probably there until I could.
There's
finish
another
it.
part where you guys will interact, and we'll get there in a bit.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go to blue.
That's you.
Demi!
So the first thing you do after all the whole stuff goes on is you're like, ah, shit, I have a family. Or sorry, I have a family home. So you actually go
Don't
back
have a family.
You go back to your family home where there's the tobacco farm, and everyone's kind of like, imagine no exports have been done, but they have just been making cigars because that's what these people know, and that's kind of like they've been told like this is what we're doing. So you've been gone for a little while, and they have just boxes of exports ready to go, and we're kind of like, you eventually one of them comes up to you. Ooh, what's his name again? Not the butler, but like the home, not the caretaker. Yeah, the caretaker. The
Groundskeeper.
groundskeeper. Thank you. We're on the. It was Sultan. Sultan. Yeah, you've
Salt
known
and
him,
pepper?
You've known him all your life. Yeah, he is Salt and Pepper hair. He's older, and he's been the one who's always taken care of it. He's like, yes, you've been gone for a while. We've been under the impression that we were doing exports, but we have not had anything to go. We've been waiting on your answer. What would you like? You can just tell me what you want from this place.
Okay, I want you to send him out. However,
Yes.
we're turning this into a B&B, baby.
I'm sorry, a what?
A bed and breakfast.
Bread and breadsticks.
Of course.
And it's dog friendly from here on out.
Of course. So a bed and breakfast, dog friendly. Yes. What would you like? Are we gonna be maintaining our similar exports of fine tobacco, or will we be switching products? Or what would you... Wait, not yet. Not yet. At the end.
It's 7 pounds of tobacco.
Straight tobacco! All cigars in that box.
Oh, my.
Well,
no.
Sultan, as you know, we are now in the big money league, since we are now noblemen, women, question mark, noble dog. Hello, dog. Sultan meet dog, dog meet Sultan.
Woof.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I guess why not? It's what we do, right?
Scar down the face, pirate hat still on, coat. Woof. Sultan is intimidated as of this scary captain dog. All right. Well, I'll see to it to make this a bed and breakfast.
Thank you.
All right. Well, anyways, carry on. I'll let
What
you know.
about this too? Okay. Let's do like these promos. So, you buy a box of tobacco, and then if you buy a certain amount of boxes of tobacco, then we send you a different box with that box of tobacco. And in that separate box that comes with the box of the tobacco is gonna be cool stuff. And it's gonna be like treats for dogs, treats for your cat, treats for more dogs, and toys for your dog or a cat.
Wonderful.
Hello, yes, I'm also here. I'm also a flunky. Will these treats for dogs have tobacco in them?
If you want it to.
That's a terrible idea. Please don't do that.
I am so excited for our
tobacco
new
flavored,
business
not-
endeavors.
Yes, it smells like tobacco.
I'm sure it will go
Doggy
wonderful.
daycare?
It could be. It's a bed and
This is
breakfast,
just
baby.
You're just doing Hotel for Dogs, the movie.
Oh yeah.
All right, it'll be a pet-friendly bed and breakfast that serves tobacco and dog treats. We'll be in a new era of the Jean family.
Bring it in, the blue jean era.
Ah, the blue jean era. Good to know that
The
was what we'll
blue
name
jean
this.
B&B.
I have no family, so I can put all my energy into this.
What about your brother?
Oh yeah, I have that.
He still exists somewhere.
I mean, if he was important, he'd be here, right?
He's been sending you letters every day for a year.
He has? Why was I not informed?
Because I believe you're...
All right, I've been gone.
Because he's been sending them here.
I've
You
been
haven't
gone.
been here for about 3 years, except for the one time that your parents... Never mind. We don't talk about that.
We don't
night.
talk about. We don't talk.
We don't talk
about the parents.
No.
We just, all of us collectively agreed, all of us workers have agreed that we just never talk about that moment again in our life.
Well, shoot. I guess I could read one.
And then you get a letter from your brother. Dearest sister, I do apologize for the behavior I've done to you. Parents loved you more than me, and I have always held that against you. I am in deepest apologies. I did not wish for your death. I did not understand fully what I have done. I hopefully accept my apology. Thank you, Billy.
What are the other letters like?
Boo gets out her pen and paper.
If you read the second one. Sister, I do apologize once more. I hope that my first letter was not overly formal. I did not mean to...
Put it in the box. There's a whole 6-pound box of letters coming in this year.
Yes, if there's actually more of letters for you, they're all here from Billy. He has meant to send his apologies. He was angsty in his youth. He found out he was adopted.
Oh, what?
He was a dwarf. We all thought.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
He was just tubby.
It all
That or your mother had an affair. I was not here before his birth. I'm not sure I know. Either way, we don't talk about your parents either.
No.
We don't talk about those or the day, that day. Anyways, yes, you can write your letter back to him.
Okay.
Oh, that's fun.
Billy
Trauma.
Yeah.
Jean is
not mine.
not my brother. He says I am the sister. But he is not my brother.
What's happening?
Mental note.
Okay.
And with that, I'm like, if you want to come back, you can come back. But just so you know, I'm going to put you to work. You can work out my bed and breakfast. We could be the best of friends since my turtle man is
You've
gone.
also been asking about this Mediterranean man.
Yes! What happened to my feet, man?
You still
Please
have.
stop.
You still have. Oh God, hate that. The Mediterranean man, the olive-skinned, bearded, no shoe
No
man.
shoe wearing man.
He has white hair, full beard, hasn't been able to
I need you to describe the feet more, because that was the
Yeah. What are the feet like?
How many? I like how thick are the
Olive
calves?
color.
I mean,
Toes.
Mediterranean.
Are they cute? Are they little piggies?
no.
Oh man.
Have
You
you ever?
guys, don't make me vomit.
They're not good feet, but they're not bad feet.
Oh.
They're just calloused feet. He's been walking for almost what feels like an eternity.
Are they smelly?
Nice and flexed.
You guys!
No, you can't smell. Anyways, Blue, you are going to investigate this crystal. You have a lot of resources now.
Yes.
You have no difficulty eventually going up to finding someone to identify who this man is. And after going through what seem like arcanists, mages, sorcerers, all types of wizard folk, you eventually find yourself in a situation with a historian.
Oh.
And you find a historian and you start dating back about what this is. Historian, you eventually find you actually go on a journey. You go to Faladin,
Oh, crap.
which you have never been there. Well,
Nope.
you eventually would have been at this point. Faladin was the empire that we almost went to war with.
Yep.
They are slightly more civilized than where where the kingdom we were in was. They separated monarchies from it, became more of a gilded theocracy, or sorry, a gilded. No, what's the word for it?
Meritocracy.
A gilded meritocracy, where it's guild-based and merit-based.
I know what that means.
So it's basically all of the power is split between the guilds, and it's basically a lot of unions, and the unions are all that have power here. There is a government, but they are smaller, or like there is a is it a queen or a king? There is a form of royalty, and they play a small role in society. They just keep the peace within the city between
Good
the
for them.
guilds. It's very minor, but it's
Yeah.
placed.
Good for them.
But anyways, you go there, and
Do I have Dog with me? Me and Dog on this adventure?
you and Dog have never left sides. By the way, you do find out that Dog is actually all dogs are sentient, but also this dog has made a pact with an eldritch being, because all good dogs go to heaven, and that's their patron. So they actually are just a fucking dog warlock, and they blarg out eldritch blasts.
Fuck yeah, Dog.
Yeah. So basically, you
I
have a
think
little
they're
laser
special.
on your shoulder every once in a
Yes!
while. So anyways, if you ever need, you point at blast it, dog, and it just projectiles and eldritch blast. Anyways, we can move on from that. Borklog. Sorry, that's hilarious.
Borklog, that's fun.
Borklog. You go to Faladin.
Yes.
You go to where they have a very massive library, and this is where you're trying to find research on this being. You eventually find that the historian takes a look and says, I can't identify what this is, but I can tell you of what I think you're talking about.
Okay.
You kind of give a small explanation about what your family has done and did, and their track record.
Yeah.
And you explain what is this? This is a soul gem. My family has the ability to steal people's souls and put them in it, and they've been assassins for a long period of time. I'm breaking that trend.
Yeah.
And they're the reasons why we almost went to war. You know.
I've also promised a dear friend to release this man.
We'll see.
Yeah, we have a conversation. Eventually, what happens? The historian is like, this is frankly odd, and they're looking through it.
I know, just a Mediterranean barefoot man in there.
I think this might be. Have you ever heard the Disappearance of Jebediah?
I have not, but please tell.
So, there's another kingdom outside of our two. It's an island kingdom, east of here.
Okay.
It's different and we don't communicate too often. Every once in a while trade goods come through. About 600 years ago, their king was a cruel king and no one liked them, per se, and there was trying to be a small uprising to where even their court was trying to rebel on them, and they survived assassination attempts, they survived poisonings, they survived a lot of different things. But what's weird is one day they just disappeared.
You don't say.
The man's description was about 5'6", olive tone skin, and he was known to have a very slightly rotund with a glorious beard. And she takes like a little magnifying glass to it, like this man, from what is not rotund, but it seems as if they've been walking quite a bit. And like, she like stops touching it, like, I don't know if that is what I think it might be, but this might be King Jebediah of the East.
Wonderful news. How far away is this place?
A boat away?
All right, dog, to the boats!
I guess you guys go on a small mini boat adventure. You roll up to...
Oh, this is happening.
I wrote this place so long ago. This is hilarious. There was two continents, or there was this big continent that we've been a part of, and we just never went to this smaller island. You eventually come up to this island, and it is Greek in architecture, best way to describe it. And you get inside. These are all olive-skinned people. Eventually, you get a boat, get there. What are you trying to do? Who are you trying to find? What's the plan?
I'm going straight to the new person in charge, king, queen, whatever.
Okay, you eventually, through merit, gold, and anywhere else, you eventually get somewhere to that top of the chain, and saying like, I have the soul of King Jebediah.
Yep.
And everyone kind of laughs at you at first, but then they take a scroll of your family history and they're like,
I got it, baby. Which means I am your new lord.
That's not how that works.
You get shot down pretty fast, actually. No, they're voted on, so. He was king, and now they've moved to a vote system.
Dang it, I'm too late.
And one of them kind of chuckles like, if you were here a couple hundred years ago, maybe.
Dog.
Woof. Woof.
Eldrick Blaxton.
You really gonna do this?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep, this tracks.
All right, you Eldritch Blast one of the I want to say secretarial staff. You immediately get seized by an entire kingdom, and you get shunted back to yours, and you are permanently exiled from this place, and you're never allowed to come back.
Yeah, no,
Was it worth it?
Yeah, it kind of was, because now I can say I'm banned from a certain place.
That's cool.
You're kicked out of Target,
Yeah.
but this is the Target. You can never go back.
Fantasy Target.
You actually have a really cool scroll that says can never return to the land of the East. I
Yep.
forgot its name, and I'm not gonna try looking it up right now.
Me and Jenna are the same.
It's even signed by the officials, and it has a full amount of nope. It even banned your generation after
I frame it, and it sits in the bed and breakfast.
That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah,
Shit, that is pretty fucking funny.
Fucking dope.
That's
as
pretty
shit.
good, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
They did confiscate the gem from you.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Dog is with you, and Dog. Oh, actually, there's two.
Two?
Dog has one, and it's smaller. And you have to sign it, and Dog has this little paw print on it.
Beautiful.
It's slightly smeared because they forced its paw print.
Right.
Yeah, because they. So now you have two, one of that and one of Dog's.
Beautiful.
Hey, you want to know something crazy?
What?
When Israfel hit 12th level, he picked up 2 new spells. One of them was scrying.
Yep. And?
Do I fucking see this bullshit happening?
Not, I mean...
Jenna, do you have
What?
1,000 gold pieces worth of an item that...
That what?
You need
That
a
is
$1,000
used
crystal
for-
ball.
Yeah. I have $2,000.
You eventually buy a crystal ball.
Yeah, and I'm bored as hell.
Sure you are. That's very true. We'll get to that very soon.
What?
Why are you watching me, baby?
Because I'm bored as
I
hell!
want to see what his friends are doing.
You can't know that he's crush on you.
You broke my heart.
All right.
Happy Asexual Awareness Day, everyone!
So we're
Still have romantic
We're at
feelings.
8:30. We have 3 more backstories to go through and Q&A. Do you guys want to take a small break now and come
No.
back? You want to keep going?
Kind of.
Okay.
Do you?
I totally can. Oh, now's the
Now?
time. Now.
What's this?
What is
It's your
it? What
gift.
is it?
Is it a dog?
It's a real puppy in there.
Oh, God. Get out of town!
Shut the fuck up. Holy fucking shit!
What's that say? What's that say?
March 2nd, 2022. Full name, Captain Dog.
Captain Dog!
16 inches, 7 ounces, brown eye color, light brown fur color, belongs to Shy. Oh my god, Shy, are you fucking
You and
Wait,
Dog are
Shy's
also banned
not
from that
joking.
kingdom.
No, it's just like...
Shy is actually fucking sobbing.
It's amazing, thank you.
It's so yeah. Both of you are banned from a kingdom. Remember that forever. I wish that we got a little small black mark on her paw print, but I didn't know you were gonna get banished from an entire kingdom.
That's your fault, but not...
Oh, that's my
How
fault.
could you not do that?
Okay. Thank you.
I genuinely thought it was a bit, and
No,
then
I cry when I'm happy, when I'm sad, when I'm mad, it's bad.
but it was like profusely sobbing.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you guys ready to be real sad?
Oh no.
Yeah.
We can actually.
Oh my god.
We'll actually. This actually will play off really well to your story
Oh, I like
right
that.
after.
That'll be
So
fun.
we're gonna go to Todig's. So, Chrisio just can't be here tonight because there's a reason to skip D&D, and I'm like, yeah, man, that's fair. That's fair. No, I'm like, yeah, man, I can't ethically even ask you like you think you can be. Nah, I'm not even gonna try that shit. But anyways, he can't be here tonight, but we did speak on the phone and talked about like what he would want for his character, and it's riotously funny. So anyways, it's gonna kind of
On
go.
brand.
Yeah, it's gonna be more narrative in this sense. It's gonna go fast. So, the epilogue of Todig.
Oh, my friend. My
So
best friend.
during this time, he eventually gets a message from forget the boat cleric's name. I'm gonna call her
Yeah.
the boat cleric, Melody.
Yes.
Melody. He gets a message from Melody saying like, we have your thing. We have the soup kitchen. We need you to come back. Also, Jenna's here, so.
Pick her up.
She actually has taken really well to the crew,
Oh.
and now she has actually enjoyed the sea life. That's her shit.
I love that for her.
That's
Yeah,
great.
she needed a place to stay, and the sea life just jams with her. Also, the dog that's on the sea was pretty cool too. She has Dogalaga.
Dog along.
Her and her have been good friends. So he eventually recovers his soup kitchen, and he's also there with you guys at the memorial of the museum. It's a memorial, your guys' memorial, but also the museum. He's there with you guys, and as you guys kind of all head on your separate ways, he's like, well, I got some stuff I gotta do. And he goes, and I'm not gonna copy the Todig voice because I can't. Being with you whippersnappers has taught me to accept myself. I can do better than those before me. I don't have much time left, and thank you for the adventure. And you know where you can find me, if you need to find me. And this is where he is going to leave Aethelmore. He's going to spend his time doing the plot of My Name is Earl, and finding all of his tons of children and going about like making their lives better. So he's got a list of whenever he sees a turtle, because he knows his type and he knows what he likes, he knows where he swings. He's looking for turtles that look and of a similar disposition of his own coloration, because he's a unique color.
And they all bake, and they all put a certain spice in their baked
All got a
goods.
taste for nutmeg. So he spends all of this time looking for him. He goes back to where he's from and where he's been a dog and not a turtle, if you know what I'm saying. And
He knew polymorph?
he fucked.
Oh.
He fucked around. He found out. Now he's got a bunch of kids. Also, turtles have a lot of eggs, so there's a good chance that he's got a lot of kids.
Yeah.
But he goes around and he begins basically opening the soup kitchen and feeding those in need, and he's got a good amount of resources, and he's going there and he's got a good reputation. He's not as popular in Port Vander as he is in Aethelmore. Like whenever he comes back, people treat him like a celebrity in his status. But when he's there, he's more humbled and can be himself. He goes around finding turtles and never saying that he's his dad, but just coming off and giving some fatherly wisdom.
Stop it.
Because you know what? Actually, I lied. He's accepted himself. He goes and apologizes. So he says like, "Hey, I'm pretty sure. Who's your mom?" I said, "His mom. Do you know your dad?" "No." "I think I've got a good inkling of who your dad is." And he leaves him some money and he says, "I don't need you to accept me. I know I've made a mistake, but here's for all that I've done wrong."
How does he give them the money?
Same way,
Yeah?
not one at a time.
Oh, God.
Satchel of gold.
Have gold. Tick.
Have a
He accidentally kills one of his kids.
they're total-
He's on the run.
They can take it. They have a natural AC of 19, baby.
Oh, my God.
Does he go around the continent wearing his thigh highs?
Oh, he always. No one knows their thigh highs.
Everyone
That's
thinks they're
right.
pants.
They just think they're pants. But hey, absolutely he does. 100%.
Awesome.
Also with his weird jacket that's cut in half but have little like buckles so he can wear it around his arms but not the shell so it doesn't like get scratched up.
So fucking awesome.
So he does this all around the kingdom. He goes between Faladin. He's done this for years, just trying to find. Basically, he takes port cities. He just takes ports and goes around, and because sailors, they'll find a new place and they'll rest up where they need to. Eventually, one day, he does come across. He's going through a town, taking his little soup kitchen around. He sees a little turtle to his side, and they look like an orphan. Definitely 2 years of age, so they're probably like 3.5 feet tall. Definitely not his kid. He hasn't
fucked around in a little bit.
He hasn't fucked around in a hot minute. Definitely not his kid. Doesn't look like him either. Doesn't have like a similar shell. His shell type is clearly of a different breed, so it's not his. It would have been clear. But he looks down to the little kid, who he sees kind of like in an alleyway, covered in some grime and muck, and they're just inside of their shell, kind of like hiding. And he kind of sees it and looks over. Gives him a warm, soft Todig voice, and eventually this little turtle comes up to him. What was her name? Where did I write it down at?
Is it Tortellini?
Kenny. No, his name's Kenny. A pretty lame name, I get it, but Kenny's normal. So Kenny comes up, or he was makes friends with this kid named Kenny, who's young at this age, and he asks about his mom, asks about his dad, finds out that Kenny doesn't have either parents, doesn't know anything about him. And Todig, who feels the self of I know that I didn't have a family growing up, he sees himself in Kenny, despite not being even biological, he sees himself in him. Because he also grew up a street urchin, and fortunately he found some good family along the way. But he eventually takes this kid, and the two of them begin going on their adventures together. He goes around port to port, feeds Kenny, teaches Kenny everything he knows about cooking. And one of the quotes he gives him is, "Sometimes the best family isn't the one bonded by blood." And he basically takes Kenny on as a son, the only son that he really raised. About 10 years goes by of him just spreading cheer and kindness, and eventually, Todig passes away.
No.
So, Chris, you and I have discussed what happens after he passes away, so I can tell you, if you...
There's a little difference. Kenny, he doesn't know about Kenny.
Right.
Doesn't know about Kenny. But what is going to happen? We're going to have a small reunion about a decade from now.
Oh no.
And all of you are going to be in Aethelmore, where there is a dedicated plot of land for Todig in like basically a heroes section of a graveyard, memorial almost. They're going to put one up for him, and that's where all of you guys are going to meet. We'll come to your backstory right after this.
Yeah, sure.
But as Todig passes away, Kenny does not look like him. He's a green turtle with a different shaped shell, clearly of like Todig was more of a tortoise. He's more of like
a readier slider, invasive species.
Sure. Those are big words that I don't get. And you're going to see Todig, or you're going to see Todig, but that's Kenny. Kenny's going to be holding the soup kitchen, and he's going to be filling in the role of Todig's slot, where...
You know what it's reminding me of?
What?
Little Mermaid 2. Ariel goes up to Flounder.
Yeah.
And goes to Flounder and like hugs Flounder, and then Flounder's all "Daddy, Daddy," and like runs away. And then all of a sudden, the real Flounder comes in, and he's like, "What's going on, Ariel?" And then goes and like has this reunion with Ariel.
Flounder's dead this time.
I know. I'm
Kind
just
of.
saying.
It is the same flavor.
It's the distract from the pain.
He does have like a spitting image in like stature and behavior. This one was certainly raised by Todig. And you guys go to the funeral and kind of like say your piece with Todig and get to speak with Kenny, and it's scary almost as you look at him, and it's like you kind of see Todig in Kenny. And Kenny finally...
What's Kenny wearing?
You know what? You think that he's not going to wear the exact same outfit?
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Kenny's wearing some... They look like pants.
They do, don't they?
They look like pants.
They sure do.
On a perception check.
Oh shit.
It's been 10 years. I'm rolling at least a 16.
Sure. But you don't want to get... He's new to you. You
That's
don't want to
fair.
get too close. You don't want to find out whether these are thigh highs or these are pants.
Israfel never makes judgments about people based off their race and culture.
Fair enough. Great. I believe that, Israfel. Anyways, Todig's story will end here, but his legacy's gonna live on through Kenny, who is
Lovely.
has that. We do have a gift for him, but he's not here tonight. He's actually, you're gonna see Kenny holding it. Kenny's gonna be holding up a book. It's bound in leather, and it's got it's actually bound in wood. Sorry, it's bound in wood, and it has like vegetables, some tomatoes, some fruits on it, and it's gonna say Todig's cookbook on it, and you're gonna see Kenny is gonna be the one holding that. And he's gonna make you guys a dinner before you guys all go. He's gonna make you Todig's favorite stew. And there's gonna be a huge dinner, and that's gonna be a huge festival feast, almost to celebrate Todig in this city. But yeah.
Oh my god, it's so fucking cute.
That's it.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, and he's got a little monument next to him. He doesn't have a bench, or he does. His bench is the shape of a cart. So it's got like a little cart next to it, where his like tombstone would be, but it's a bench with like seats that can be like the cart. Yeah. Israfel.
Might be insensitive to ask.
It's your turn, buddy.
Well, now hold on. We're at the funeral. Blue, you look like shit. What happened to you?
Oh my god.
Also, while we're here.
You still have bruises and black eyes from you got your shit kicked at in the Kingdom of the East.
I'm no longer allowed to cross certain parts of the water.
That makes sense.
That's kind of dope, though.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Blaze.
Hey,
Sorry I spilled all your beans
You
to
have a
the
small
mess.
photocopy of
oh,
it.
it's fine.
You guys want to see this? Check it out.
Do you have it on the keychain?
I just like I carried it like a proud parent. I'm just like check it out.
You got like
You
a
don't-
tattoo.
You
You
like
know
the
what it
Declaration of Independence, you sell keychains of it at
Yeah.
your bedroom.
It's in your wallet, and you go FBI, but it's like
The officers!
I'm not allowed here.
But no, it's like, ooh, even better. Flavor. You know the wallet that like comes out with like the whole, like all the pictures? But it's all the places you're banned from.
Yes.
That's fun.
Just like a whole list.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Did Todig say what kind of... Now's not the time. Never
Is
mind.
now not the time? No, Israfel, you always say
I'm
whatever.
naturally sourced now.
Blue's gonna sneak off real quick,
Mm-hmm.
and she's gonna go over to where Todig is buried,
Yep.
Dude, his bones.
and she's gonna plant a little seedling
Okay.
right on top of it,
And for the rest of the many years to come, she every year comes by, checks on it, talks to the tree like it's Todig, and always checks in.
Oh my god.
That's it. That was what we talked about.
I like that.
I was making a bet that you were gonna make him into turtle soup. That was my bet.
Well, he wanted to be buried under the
Yeah.
sunflowers, but I was like, tree.
Tree.
Fair enough.
I like that.
You carve a sunflower into the tree, you know?
Cute. That kills trees.
All right, that is it. Kenny is gonna take on Todig's, basically Todig's persona, not persona, but like his
Persona.
No, his business. He's not necessarily going to go and do the My Name is Earl stuff.
Yeah.
But everything has been checked off of that list, except for a few things.
Oh.
And he's gonna take on those few things. Anyways, got a little cliffhanger going on.
Oh, I'm excited to find out what happens after the break.
Spin-off.
Oh, yeah, I mean, cliffhangers are awesome. So, Israfel, we're going to you now.
Oh, yes, okay.
Right away.
A no break. All right, let's go.
Do
Here
you
we
want to
go.
do a break?
No.
Do we want to? How are you guys feeling?
Now,
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm fine.
I
Let's
have
go.
pee.
You may use it now if you'd like. Take
I'll
your time.
Yes, all
All
right.
right.
You come back, everyone's dead.
Israfel has conquered the planet.
All right, Israfel.
Uncontested.
After everything is done, you give your specimens to the Mind Flare skeletons are now placed, and they are going to be in the museum, and they have little like recreational garments of like what the Mind Flayers wore in your initial fights.
With their receipts, though.
With their
I've written formal receipts.
the
for
receipts
them.
are them.
What?
The receipts are the Mind Flare. These were the Mind Flare bodies.
Yes, but they're my skeletons.
Oh, what's on the receipt?
This body was raised by Israfel Dent after slaying the Mind Flayer.
Are they still raised?
They were. You don't take the receipt off of something.
Sorry. Are they still animated?
No.
Okay. So
They're inert, but they've been animated before.
That's fine. I was curious if they're still active.
No.
So they're no longer active. They're put on like a
terrifying,
stand. They're wearing the outfits of the things that you dealt with, and are in the respective mural area.
Yes.
Now, you eventually go back to Pottsfield,
Yes.
and you find they give you a role that they described, and you're going to be out in the fields, tending to what you described. I forgot we mentioned, but you found a place earlier about field work and reanimation.
Yes.
You do that for how many years?
Like 2 at best.
2 at best.
And I'm real bored by the 6th month.
You
But
have,
my family's there. I'm waiting till my younger sister graduates and chooses her path.
mind you, Gilderan is about 2 steps away.
Oh fuck, man, he's right there.
You get a crystal ball from the guy.
Yeah, okay.
He's got it. Again, he's also working closely with Calistrati at the
Of
time
course.
to create all this. So it's active down there, but you're kind of like attempting avoiding directing people away from that spot.
Right, of course.
You're like, hey, don't worry about this over here.
That's fine. Don't worry, it's fine.
Something weird happens, like a minor, like not explosion, but like a
Right.
They're all like, what was that? Oh, he's in the fields.
Oh, it's me. I did the big explosions.
So you get that for a couple years. You get
Wizard magic, you know.
You can scry, by the way, while
I'm
this is going
absolutely scrying her because she had a promise to me that she
I never made
delivered.
a promise.
on. Roll me a D100. This is gonna, cause you get us 1 scry per day,
Yeah,
per
I-
person.
6.
With a D100, you rolled a 6.
Yeah,
God.
that's a 6.
So you pop up on Shy daily to keep what's
Yeah.
going on, and then you see her doing a bed and breakfast.
Yes.
You see her with dog.
Yes.
You see her going around. You see her like going on a boat. You see her getting to a kingdom.
What the heck?
You see her getting the shit kicked out of her.
Oh God.
You see her in prison.
Oh,
And then you see her just like deported out of the country. And then
Oh,
you see
no.
her back to the bed and breakfast, and then you eventually bump into that time. You never see
you
the
look
time.
like shit, Blue. Damn.
You never see what happened with that gem.
All right, that's fine.
Not saying you forgot about it, but you might have forgotten.
About a year and 7 months in,
Okay.
Israfel wakes up in a cold sweat,
Okay.
terrified that he may have forgotten something.
What did Israel forget?
That liches don't die.
You are now terrified because there's something about a lich that kills them, and you forgot what it was. Was it holy water? Was it this? You gotta go study.
Shit. I go study all the church's books. There's not a lot of them, but I find one about liches.
You find one that's a folklore about
Folklore,
liches.
well, of course, and it says they have a phylactery.
I believe Israfel reads it as palactory.
Palactory, yes,
Alright.
right, a palactory. And he is determined to go make sure that the palactory has been destroyed.
Yep.
Pretty sure he can't do it alone, and so he attempts to enlist the aid of those who will help him.
Okay.
Do these fuckers tag along at all? That one's busy getting deported.
No.
What the fuck,
What the
guys?
fuck just happened?
No.
Todig kill?
Todig's dead.
It's been 2
Not
years.
dead yet. He's my
He's doing his mind
Dead to
name
you.
zero.
He's got shit
Not
to do.
dead
Fine,
yet.
fuck it. I'm gonna just take skeletons as I find them.
Yep.
You could take
So
the
you
bones
pop
here
in.
to
The first thing you do is you go to the first areas where
Yes.
maybe they've been.
Yes, I'm looking for dark arts, practicing on the public sort of thing.
You don't find dark arts. Well, okay, so you eventually you go to the first one. Those the next to Falkirk, the first place at Paxium we
Yes.
went to that a mind flare was at.
Yes.
Then you go to the second one.
Yes.
Then you go to
Third.
by the second one,
Yes.
you see that there are notes of dark arcane arts. So they first started their process of trying to become a lich or an alhoon
Oh.
in the bioluminescent cave with all
yeah.
the fungus.
Yes.
You go and check it out, you start to get a lead that they start learning about it, and you find that there's actually another lich somewhere living in this kingdom.
There's another
Or-
lich.
Yes, that's where
There's
they
2 of them now?
they talk about getting in some form of communication lightly or bumping into them on accident in their process.
Oh, that's neat.
And they had to figure out, basically they were like, here's how you do it, son.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good. That's a nice lich.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna make it my job to kill that lich.
Okay, you go to part of the kingdom, or actually northern territories where there's
Yes.
like a lot less law.
On the way, I'm killing every boogeyman I see.
You find any boogeyman, you go through where the ferals are at.
Yeah.
You cut down a few of these werewolves.
Yes.
These are the Pharaoh Werewolves, the ones that lost their humanity.
I'll come for you too.
You now have
Stop scaring children.
You now have like a small army of full-size werewolves,
Oh.
and they got big old fangs. They're a little more gnarly than a regular. They don't need swords like a
No,
regular
they
scallywag.
don't.
They just are scary.
Yes.
And now you are riding what a bone throne as you walk through the fortress. As they're now one has like made its body in the shape of like as you find bones throughout the
Yeah.
you can't animate like a deer bone with just a third of a
That'd
body.
be silly.
So you find bones throughout the forest, and you just tell your little wolf dogs, go like, hey, go find me some bones.
Bitch.
And they go, the ones that you aren't using, go fetch these bones and create you a throne of bones as you mend them all together.
That's
and now we're carrying you Temple of Lost Ark style through the, actually 300 style through this forest.
That's probably a very good look. Villagers probably love seeing me coming.
There's no villages in this area. You're very...
Bears probably love the look of it.
Yeah, bears fuck right off. Yeah, bears will piss the hell out. You eventually come across... Actually, when you go do that exploration, I
Yeah?
forgot to mention, you find some kobolds inhabiting that former area of Paxia.
Good for them.
Yeah, there's all the kobolds that were there. They've now actually taken up the former area of... it's unfortunate what they did to the bodies of all of the warforged.
What'd they do?
They've taken them apart and used them in tinkering parts.
Well, I think that's fine. I would have done the same.
Okay, cool. Because it actually, if you treat them like real people, that's really fucked up.
I was
But-
gonna treat them like real bones.
Fair enough. They're not, but they eventually make them into armor, and they use this as scrap, and they eventually appease Nani the dragon, who sees you and recognizes you and says, "You get. I'm not going to eat you right now," which you're assuming is a thanks for letting me have my cave back.
It is. You're welcome.
Now you find a lich. You murder a lich.
I murder a lich?
Yeah, you pretty much.
And his polyactory?
Roll me an investigation check on this one.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
Well, what level am I?
What's the number?
20.
All right. You find a phylactery. You start digging around.
Yeah.
You find a second phylactery.
Fuck!
And when you break the second phylactery, the palactory,
Yes?
you're also Actually, you found out its name Phylactery
Oh,
as
whoops.
when the Lich.
In the fight. I was
the
like, I'm
fight.
going to kill you and destroy your polyactory.
And he doesn't know what you're talking about.
Your polyactory.
The Phylactery.
No, not a factory. You've got a funny voice.
And this one you can clearly tell has had less life to feed on recently,
Oh, I'm
and is
sorry.
not doing so well.
Oh,
and you
guys.
just wrecked this dude's ass.
Get wrecked,
you get a
bro.
spell book, and you're like, "There's some dark shit in here."
Ooh.
All right, rock on.
Neat.
In searching, you find no phylactery of
Of the squid.
Professor
Calamar.
Calamari, Master of Ceremony. Yeah, you
Yes.
find that one.
I find
you
him?
don't find that.
Oh.
You search. You eventually get back to the island where they were at, and you start following all of the steps.
Yes.
You find a crash nautiloid that is irreparable and can't be made whole again unless you have the schematics.
No, I don't.
Find him.
And you don't find a phylactery after digging through the whole thing. You find some leftover intellect of ours, and then immediately step on them. You're like,
Yeah, I just blast. I'm not getting close. That's skeleton work.
Yeah, so you basically wreck a demi-lich, and then you find the other one, and that's...
Neat.
Yeah. Any other things?
I just keep doing it.
Cool.
Just keep finding all the boogeymen and trouble causes and the evil ones, and when my body starts to fade and weaken, I supplement it with dark magic and unknown secrets.
This is the lawful good person.
You want to help me destroy evil? This is like 15, 20 years later.
15, 20 years, so you're like...
You've already gotten over Rosie.
You still single?
Oh, it's empty. Damn.
Blaxton,
Yes?
I need help fighting more liches.
More? How many?
I've already killed 2.
You've killed 2 liches?
Yes.
By yourself or with the...
I had this army of skeletons in the back.
Just
And like 45 of them waiting.
You're uncomfortable as you see werewolves. Are those?
Yes.
That's
Are they
that's
waving?
essentially me right there.
No,
That-
they were evil.
Okay, I'm not gonna dig deep into that, or else I'm going to probably feel really weird about myself for a while.
Okay.
You guys want to go on a buddy cop adventure?
Yes.
Yeah!
All right, you get your gun fixed.
Yeah!
You get back to the plane, and then you give it to Martine. He's like, "Oh yeah, this is easy. We've totally made these before."
You made this for me?
I have now. It's been 10 years. I haven't seen you in forever. Blaxton, it's been so long. Check this out.
Hey!
All right, easy. This is a weirdly weird model, kind of an older design. I guess you can have it, or you have this one over here, which probably has a better range.
Can you maybe like combine the 2 into 1?
Can I have one?
Can you like...
Yeah. I need some money for parts.
Here, I've robbed tombs.
All right.
Give up.
You get yourself a little.
We
like,
are doing Bad Boys 2
you
right
get
now.
you get yourself a pistol. All right.
Hell yes!
Blaxton, yours is double-barreled.
Oh, yeah!
You literally put them together. All right.
Oh my god.
Sierra, if you'd like to bring in the other item.
Is it a bone gun?
No.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's not a
that,
bone
that
gun.
has to be
Sorry,
your flavor. Oh, God.
What is this?
It's for you.
It's a bag.
It is.
What's inside?
Open it.
Yeah.
It's gift
Yeah.
So
night.
yours is special. We haven't finished it yet because I couldn't get it to my brother in time.
What?
What does your brother do?
It's a sandblaster.
It's glass. Get out of
No!
Wow.
So the thing is, the problem was getting that shipped here, then getting that shipped to my brother. Sierra did a paint job on the bottom and made
It's got a little
the.
skeleton inside.
So when you drink it, there's a
That's my
skeleton.
idea! That's like my creation in real life!
At the bottom, there's the 2 skeletons in the bag. We have the bone daddies, but the
wanna
problem
see it.
was
Very
getting it
careful, very
sandblasted was difficult.
Yes.
I had to get it to my brother, and I had to get it back to him in time, and he was out of town, so it didn't line up. But eventually, we'd get that sandblasted, so it looks like this.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, because calligraphy, painting letters is hard,
It's a
and
bitch.
it's not going to
And
look
it's gonna
good.
say the Bone Daddies?
Yeah, it is going to, or just Bone Daddy, more specific.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hey,
Bone
Bone
Daddy.
Daddy.
Because that was the original
That was a yes.
But that's it.
I love it, Devin. That's wonderful.
This is exciting!
It's very good.
I'm here like
It's
twice a
very
week.
good.
How have I never seen any of these gifts?
'Cause we have storage,
Oh right.
because it was in a box.
Santa's real!
It actually- that was actually delivered when you were here.
What?
I was all like, "What's this?" I looked at it, and I saw Build-A-Bear, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't gonna be seen by Shy. Let's put that in the other room." Anyways,
Amazing!
do you have anything else?
How far do we want to go in the future, Devin?
How far are you planning?
I don't know.
How far do you want to go? What's your plan?
Devin.
That is perfect.
I want to tell you a fact.
To go for it.
Unless Illmatter himself stops me,
He's not going to.
I'm going to be erasing suffering and evil in this world forever
Understood.
by becoming a lich.
That's the way.
You're gonna be a lich!
Yeah!
You didn't see that coming.
What the fuck?
So that I may kill other liches. He
gonna-
became a werewolf.
Okay, wait a minute, buddy. Let's hold back.
I'm sorry, old dog. Did you learn new tricks? Cause look what I can do when I take my head off, spin it around, put it back on.
I knock it off your head.
Oh shit! It's harder to find than you
My
think.
head, I can't see without my head.
We've got Israfel, we've got Raphael, now we've got Litrafel.
Litrafel.
I love it. And there does become boogeyman stories about me back in Pottsfield, who I never visit again.
Why are you the boogeyman?
Because I'm a lich.
You ever showed them your lichdom?
They learned.
How?
They've got
Family.
magic. I've been in touch with Rosie. She has grandchildren at this point. I'm still youthfully adventuring. They figured it out.
You know what? Funny enough, I think they have a suspicion, but I think they're more afraid. So you actually can come back freely. Like you're not insane. You're not crazy.
No, not at
But
all.
when you come back, everyone's like, Israfel, you look so good.
Thank you. I've been moisturizing.
And there's a way to your skin can last a certain time period, but like by the time
I've been making clones of myself too.
yeah, so it's fucked up.
Yeah.
This is gross.
You tell me that this isn't the BBEG for the
Doesn't
day.
have to. You don't have to be evil.
Bitch, I'm the BB good. Big bad good guy.
I can see you being
BBEF,
corrupt.
big bad evil friendly.
You're gonna be
Yeah.
like littering, suffering, and start vaporizing litterers.
Anyways, Israfel becomes a lich. Anyone who wants to know that may. He probably isn't hiding it unless he's in public.
I've also been hearing rumors.
About?
About
About what?
other people.
Who live a long time?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would know your friend.
Yes.
Anyways, Nova, we're going to you. All right.
At first, you will see later.
Nova, so we're gonna create. This is how your story is gonna go. You have two motivations. You were told to build a relationship with your own mother,
Yeah.
rebuild that friend, that maternal relationship, and of course, get your sister, have a sister relationship as well.
Yeah.
You go back over to your. How do you plan on breaking the ice?
Dude, I've thought about this, like, a lot, and I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
A gift basket really helps.
I think what I'll do is I'm going to come up just as, like, in my regular, outfit. Not in my little, like,
The adventuring fit.
the adventuring fit. Not the fit that, like, where I looked hella fine, like, not the cocktail attire skinty velvet dress.
The one that your museum memorial is of.
Period. Then, I wanted to, like, look around more pawn shops
Okay.
for her circlet.
Don't find one. You
Is
search.
there a, like, similar one?
You dig and you search, and you know what? You can find a similar one.
Okay.
You can tell that it's like most of the same. I forgot how we described it entirely, but one of the gems is wrong.
Okay. Thank you. I get it. And I'm gonna bring it to the house. And I just kind of walk up, and I'm...
You go over, and eventually, Marvin opens the door.
I know. I'm so sorry to intrude.
That's all right. What brings you by?
You're such a gem, truly.
He's looking around. See, he
Ashton
closes
Yeah.
the door behind him and meets you on the front porch and starts talking to you there. Like you see him kind of like looking around, like, "Where's my wife?" Shuts door.
Can I just ask you a question?
Yes, of course.
Okay, actually quite a few questions.
Right.
Why is my mother such a bitch?
So...
Like, what happened? Because my dad, sorry, don't mean to bring him up, my dad told me that she was like a very different person.
About... I don't know. She was a different woman when I knew her, when I married her. Something happened about 10 years ago when she just started acting strange. She was more bitter, more angry. She wasn't always this cold and... bitchy.
Menacing.
Yeah, I was gonna say just bitch, but menacing
I'm
is
glad
true.
that you're aware of it.
I don't know what happened, but she just one day went off somewhere and came back a different person, completely changed.
Where did she go?
I don't know.
Okay.
I asked her about it, but she just denied the whole situation, forgot it even happened. It was so strange, because it's like she didn't even know. Like it seemed like she forgot. Like she seemed confused. I don't know.
What the hell?
No. And ever since that, she's been such a prude. I mean, she was a little bit before, but like extra prude now.
If you don't mind me asking, how long has it been since you've lain with her?
That's quite forward.
Wow.
Sorry, I just, sometimes it's like, God, she needs to get laid, kind of a thing.
I'm just say you have a high enough charisma that I'm gonna say like, it's been some time.
Okay, great. So, the circlet.
Yeah, she had it a long time ago when we first got married, but I haven't seen her wear it since.
I have another one, but it's not the same.
She said she lost that one. Where did you find it?
I found it in a pawn shop, but one of the gems is different.
It's weird.
So, I just wanted to bring it and see maybe if it will make her somewhat happy. But I've literally been looking everywhere. I looked at Port Vanda.
He takes can I see it?
Yeah. And I pull it out and I give it.
He looks at
to
it.
him.
Wow, this looks like the exact same one. I haven't. And he looks over it, kind of leans aside. There's a picture of her wearing it, one of the portraits, and she's like, "Oh, you are right. This should be a different type of gem."
Right.
Ugh. I wonder if she'll notice.
I don't know, maybe, but I wanted to. I felt like the circlet was like a sentimental thing, and maybe she had to give it up.
Should I give that to her, or should you? Give that to her?
I want to give it to her.
Oh, thank God. Fantastic. Yeah, she's I think asleep right now.
Oh, okay.
I think if you come by around this time, she's very particular about her schedule. I think that'd be a good time in which our daughter is out at playing with a friend.
Oh, I was going to say, where's Tara?
Tara is with a friend right now, or she's here right now. She's with her friend later. She should be studying.
So, that's the other thing. I never really I've been saving a lot of my adventuring money for my future family. And I feel like I should give part of that to her. Because she's technically my blood and some of the only blood that I really have.
That would be nice, but unfortunately we don't have a way to save money for her right now. If you want to keep that into a bank account and save that for her when she turns...
Like a trust!
Yes, precisely,
Kind
like
of?
a trust when your mother can't access it.
Because she
is the biological mother of a minor, and minors can't hold bank accounts, so you need to wait a few more years.
That's so true, and also, my mother is a big spender.
She has not been good with her money.
No,
Our money.
I can tell. Not fine, not by your house, but there's been word.
That's great. I'm so glad.
There's been a word around the street.
Thank you.
The
Thank
Russet
you.
family.
That's good to know.
Okay.
That's fantastic. You see him now. He's actually in a slightly less nice clothes than the first time. Nice clothes, but have been worn out a little bit more. They're starting to wear a bit. Maybe a hole in certain areas where it's starting to rub thin. Wonderful. Glad that news is of information to the public.
It's not public, really. It's just we were here, and it's just the information kind of
Good.
was
Good.
here. And,
Anything else?
can I come to dinner? I use the bathroom.
No.
Okay.
I think it's for our family's prosperity and everyone else.
Well, I need to talk to her.
That would be awesome. Please do that not in our house.
Oh.
Remember the last time?
The last time wasn't really
expensive is a good way to put it.
Oh.
Yes.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It is all right.
Do you want me to give you money?
No, we were doing just fine until the stock
I
market
can do
collapsed.
it as a write-off.
It's fine.
Blaxton's told me a little bit about the stonk exchange.
The
and
stonks have not been my friend. I do not.
yeah,
they-
we also heard about that.
It's been rough. It's been rough. I had a good investment going, and then all of a sudden,
Was it with the stock
woods happened to commit a massive conspiracy, and now are partially treasonous. Their stock went very low in value, and I couldn't offhand my stocks in time because I couldn't find the documentation. We lost a lot of money. A lot of money. So expenses have been tight recently. Anyways, just meet her outside of the house.
Can you tell her to meet not me?
I can do that.
Because I feel like she won't come.
I will suggest to meet this place at this time, and I will tell her to do so.
Great. Let's do it.
Okay, so he goes inside, and he eventually goes in and
She's sleeping.
yeah, he sleeps, he lets her know. It's like a day or two later when the
Okay.
schedule is clear.
Okay.
2 days go by, and eventually you are sitting there like in a garden, like this nice garden where you can kind of like relax. You're sitting in there, and eventually you see a woman come by who is your mother, and she starts getting there. She's looking around, trying to find like her friend. She gets probably like 30 feet away from you. She spots you and just fucking 180 flips. Yep, you catch up.
Wait, hold on. I know it's me.
What do you want?
Your least favorite daughter.
Fucking
Jesus.
Marvin told me I'd be meeting my friend.
I know, I told him to say that because I knew you wouldn't want to meet me.
Oh!
And I didn't want to meet you in your house because that was an expensive little situation.
What a pleasure.
I actually wanted to give you something.
What could you possibly give me?
Okay. Dude. Here? Need you here. Thank you. Okay. So, obviously, I've been traveling around and I've been, many different places, like different pawn shops and things. Okay, no.
Get on with it. She's like looking around like, I hope no one sees me with you. At all.
And I noticed this circlet.
She like see your concerned face kick in.
And I don't think it's the same one that you had, but I know how much sentimental value it had to you. So, I got it for you. Here it is, and I give it to her.
When she sees it, you see, roll me insight.
Can I use my luck? Thank you, Jesus.
Who's he?
That one is an 18.
It's 18. For a moment, you see fear. The sheer terror come across her face as she sees it. And I was like, she looks terrified for a moment, and then eventually she sees that one of the gems isn't correct. And you see her calm down for a second, like a small like panic attack almost ensued. She's like, where did you find this? This isn't. And she like almost very hesitantly goes to touch it. And like she gives it like a little like touch at first to see like if there's a reaction, and then she eventually picks it up and like holds it and looks. Why are you looking for this? Why did you care about the circlet? What are you looking for? She hands it back to you. I don't want that, and I don't want to see the other one.
I don't have the other one.
That's awesome. Good. Make sure of it. And she like.
Wait, no. Please listen. I only was doing this because I thought that it was sentimental to you.
I don't want to see that circlet ever again.
Then I won't get it for you.
Great. Is there anything else? Because I'm done. I'm done.
What happened to you?
I am not.
What happened?
I have no.
You used to be a great lady, and now you're like a total prudish bitch.
I have no conversation with demons anymore. Thank you very much. And she turns And she walks off.
You're done.
I run after her, and I just grab her by the shoulder.
Let go of me!
This is going
I'm not a
great.
demon!
And she pulls you off. Or gets your hand off.
Did you... You had an experience with a demon.
I am somewhere to be, thank you. And she turns again. She's not having a conversation with you. At this point, you're starting to like raise some attention. It's like this is a hoity-toity area. Like all them like stuffy-nosed people are like, ooh, what was that?
Can you feel a demon?
Ooh, she's doing some shit.
I just keep calling out after her. I'm a tiefling. I'm not a demon.
She just keeps moving.
It's
Keeps
okay. I
moving.
understand.
Eventually,
it's okay.
she eventually breaks out of sight.
Okay.
So how soon does Nova lose her powers?
We're good. It's all good here.
Damn it.
You kind of let it go. You kind of sit and don't know what to do for a bit, and like a chunk of time passes by. You embrace your glory with the gift, and people have you talk and all that. You're not an interpreter, but you definitely help out where the society is. Now you're helping people fit in for a good chunk of time, and a couple of years pass. You can do whatever you want to do in that time period. Todig's funeral hasn't happened yet.
No, that's all I want to do is just like take some like side quests, make some little bit of coin, but then also help out the Gift Society because I'll be.
Yeah, you're mostly helping there. You get a chance to like. It hurts when you see Bott.
Also, I just want to mention I did pick up the Magic Initiate Bard
That tracks.
Yeah, Trix.
Yeah. Cute.
for my dad and for Bott.
I like that.
You actually have a chance to where you can go see your dad. You know, like it's.
Oh yeah, my dad and I are homies.
You
We're
know-
like, totally fucking around the town.
It's weird, your guys' like it's a friendship. Like
Yeah.
he looks at you not like a daughter, but like an equal.
Yeah.
As you guys are going about, like yeah, same thing.
Weird.
Yeah, it's very much that dynamic. Her and her dad have a relationship. I'm gonna call it a weird father-daughter relationship.
Yeah, he met my dad over the
Shy
phone.
and her father
Oh.
have a weird relationship, but it's not a bad one. It's a cool one.
Yeah.
And now your father doesn't see you as like.
Okay.
That's like me and my dad. My dad and I are the same way.
It's healthy now. Like your dad and you have this healthy like this is my daughter. I'm proud of her, but she's also good on her own and doesn't need me to like sing her praises.
We love a feminist king.
I mean,
Okay.
he just looks at you with respect,
Okay.
which is what
Love it.
you rarely see in parents. Anyways, moving on. I'm not traumatized. Anyways.
Don't worry,
anyways.
Marco told me about a part
Oh
of the
yeah, dude,
conversation.
it's funny as hell, dude. I like Marco. Marco's really cool.
I know.
Anyways.
My brother. Yeah.
Your dad, you guys got to live a wonderful life in town, and you actually counsel him a little bit about like how shitty your mom is,
Yeah.
and how he's like, I still love her, and now he's trying to, like, it's been a long time, but I am trying to get into the dating game.
Hell yeah!
Oh, he can pull it.
Or is there a date like a fantasy dating website?
This is hard. This is very difficult. I am very uncomfortable in this situation.
It's okay.
It's
it
one
happens.
thing when you're putting on a performance and the ladies like you, and that's cool and all, but like it's one more thing when
You can totally use that to your advantage, though. Be like, I'm serious, Chris.
that feels unhealthy.
I mean,
Doesn't
yeah.
it feel unhealthy to name drop Serious Scream all the time?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Well, why don't we get you on like a dating site?
A dating site. What
Just
is that?
Put yourself out there.
And you go put them on. It's like, how do I bio things I like?
So, like,
Singing.
Like, are you looking for like a relationship? Are you looking for something casual? Do you not know yet?
We're gonna skip through it, but you're gonna get your dad through like the first time using the internet, trying to figure out how to like get through a dating site, and he's
Do we
like.
got fantasy internet?
It's
I mean,
the
it's not the
Underdark,
same
it's
thing.
the-
It's kind
the
of
web.
like you fill out like
Spider.
a dating profile for speed dating, and he's like, you know, and you help him figure it out.
Oh my god, it's called Tief Harmony. For tieflings.
Dude's been out of the game for a long time. It's different to be charismatic, charming. It's different to like actually try to develop a strong loving relationship that isn't one-sided. So anyways, he goes through that and is struggling to find women that want him for himself and not for like his fame. But anyways, at the end of all that, a couple of years go by and you attempt to go back to your mother's house. The daughter is there. You put the money. You've actually spoken with Tara on a few occasions. You kind of said hi, and you've been like, "Oh, I'm like kind of your sister," you know, but like you never really explained the whole situation. And
Yeah, but like my mom's called me a demon to her.
that's true. But there's been times where she wasn't in the house where you had a chance to interact with Tara. You said hi a few times.
Okay.
She thinks you're really pretty, and she likes your horns.
Thank God.
Like the
Queen.
first interaction, and she like kind of goes over and like, she's kind of grabby at age like 9.
Yeah.
So she goes for the horns. A couple years have passed.
Age 9 is grabby?
The first time she met,
Okay.
which was like
She's a rich, spoiled kid, I forgot.
yeah.
She's very sheltered.
Yeah, so
Okay.
5 years she was grabby with the first time you encountered her with your mom away, and Marvin has been letting you interact with your sister because he understands like that is still your sister. I get it. I
God
understand.
bless him.
Marvin's cool.
Fucking awesome.
But eventually, a couple years go by, and there's a bit of lapse. You speak with Tara from time to time again, but you've been mostly in Faladin, hanging tight. Something weird did happen in Faladin, where an official, like a member of like, nope, not yet. Never mind. Moving on.
Oh, all right.
Wait, what?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. I'm too soon in the timeline.
Okay.
Cool stuff is afoot, and the timeline is not there yet.
Oh.
There's
Anyways, you go back after several years, and one time you go back, you knock on the door, and you see Melvin's face. I know what I said.
No. No.
You see Melvin's face, and it's sad. It's mourningful, and you see him wearing all black.
Rip those powers.
That wasn't the agreement, which is really funny.
Oh, interesting.
So what happens is, you found out that your mother passed away of a heart attack. High blood pressure. Believe it or not. She died a couple weeks ago. No chance of resurrection, by the way. There's no bringing that back. That's natural causes. And you find out that your mother is dead. At this point, your sister's about 16 years old. And she's definitely resentful of her mom. She's definitely like, fuck you, Mom.
Trauma.
Yeah, oh, sure. For sure. Mom sucks. In this time, Marvelin.
Marvelous,
Yeah,
Marvelin.
he's like, he gives you the bad news. I think you should talk to Tara. She's taking it weird. I don't know what to do. I don't understand girls.
I got it.
She's the first kid of mine, and I don't know how to talk to her. You're a girl. Can you talk to her?
Sure. I have some sisterly advice I could give her, probably.
He's points you up to where her room is. You know where it's at. You've been in this house a few times now.
Mm-hmm.
You see her inside. She's definitely edgy, but not like quite goth. And she's not emo or goth, if that makes sense, but like she's
Scene?
definitely what?
She's seen, maybe?
Punk.
Hell yeah.
Different aesthetic. Like she's born and raised in the rich area, and she has to wear nice clothes because that's how to keep the family uplifted.
Mm-hmm.
But like she doesn't not allowed to own clothes that aren't like fancy, but like they're worn punk.
Love it.
So anyways,
Fuck yeah.
you go up to the room and you give a knock, kind of wait awkwardly. Go away, Melvin.
No, it's Nova.
Oh, and you kind of hear like a small gasp, and she kind of goes over, and you hear a door unlock, 2 bolts, and then she like opens it. And she's like, "It's been so long."
I know. I shouldn't ask you how you do.
I'm good. Never better.
Let's go and have a chat.
You guys go sit on the bed in that very awkward like pat like. Both sit on it, kind of like you kind of go sit over as like stiffly like
Hands on knees.
hands on.
Both of you facing the same wall.
Both facing same wall.
I know how you're feeling. I feel like, our mother wasn't the best. Very unnatural mother. And, it's okay to not, in my opinion, miss her. But she still was a human being, and she had problems and issues and trauma, and she wasn't perfect, but, my friend Cal once told me, a very wise guy, forgiveness isn't for the other person, it's for yourself, so that you can move on, so that you could live your life. And I think about that all the time, you need to forgive mother in this instance. Just let her be gone. I know it's not easy to do on your own time, but I think, you know, you have to just don't resent her as much as you did. Do. I resented her at a point, but I somewhat understood her by the end.
You understood her.
I know. But something happened. She had a terrible time, terrible experience with some sort of demon. And every time she saw me, she couldn't move past it. And that was trauma that she couldn't unsee.
Kind of fucking racist, right?
Totally. Absolutely, yes. That doesn't mean that it's a tricky situation.
Yeah.
So, and I know she said comments to you like I was a demon and she doesn't associate herself with me anymore because of that and all that. But you never let that stop you from our relationship.
Well, like, I thought she sucked, so like I was just kind of doing it to rebel.
But your dad's awesome.
Okay. He's kind of. Melvin just doesn't ever know what to say.
He's a guy. They never know what to say.
Yeah, right.
Ever. Oh my god.
Fucking dumb.
Dumb.
Why do I like dudes? They're so stupid.
I know. I swing both ways, so, you know, I don't really have to deal with, it's like half the time I have to deal with it. Other times,
I see.
it's kind of like, whatever.
I had a joke that needed to get censored out.
Oh yeah, it was the same joke he made over here.
What?
I had a joke that was like, that does not need to be said.
This is a tender moment. You can't make jokes like that right now.
She's in a moment where she's like grieving weird, so she's having that weird space of like trying to laugh it off.
Yeah.
So she would have said something.
Yeah, I'm glad she didn't. Would have been inappropriate.
Me too.
Yeah.
Could never like talk to my mom or dad about boys. Mom just sucks, and then dad is like super weird, so I just don't like those vibes, you know?
He's trying, though. He tries.
I get when he doesn't try.
I know.
He's so awkward.
I know. And you know what? If he's being awkward, that's just him not knowing what to say with... He doesn't understand women, and we don't understand men. We never will. It's always just going to be so difficult. But you have me. And, you know, I didn't have my parents really growing up when I was, like, your age. I had my Aunt Lavinia, which, by the way, I do want to, like, go back to Edgemount and, like, visit her.
Yeah?
So, like, let me be your Aunt Lavinia. Let me take you under my wing.
I want to get out of here.
Let's go somewhere.
You do all these cool stories. You've been all these places.
Dude, let's adventure together.
I'm just stuck, like, at the academy, learning just
Do you want to go to school?
No.
Who was forcing you to go to school?
Dad.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. School. Bye. You're coming with me.
I'm old enough now. 16, by the way, is like your age of, like, not quite adulthood, but you can move on from 16 at this point. School isn't necessary
It's like
in fantasy
Pokemon,
land.
you know, a Pokemon.
You have to have money to go to school in this land. We're elitist here, baby.
Just get your GED. Just like take a test and leave.
Then we can leave this place?
Yeah.
Good. Good.
And then we can like come visit occasionally.
2 years, that's all I need. Wait, did you graduate? Nope.
No.
See? You're doing
Well, I left at 18!
Israfel screaming.
Did you grab
somewhere?
Fine. 2 more years, and then I'm leaving.
Pinky swear.
Didn't you make a deal with celestial beings at 15?
Yes.
She didn't have to. She didn't say that. That's all she didn't
say
say.
It was in the biography.
Yeah, well, yeah. She doesn't. This girl don't read. She reads, actually. She's just very edgy about it. She's
Yeah,
smart,
it's
but
fine.
she's smart but edgy.
Yeah.
Smart but spite.
Smart despite that.
Anyways, you go back and do your thing. You talk to your dad about this, and you're like, Dad, this is weird. And your dad's like, wow, that's an odd relationship there. Also, your mother's death is... I feel bad still. Should I feel bad?
Yeah, no, that's on you.
That is
You
weird.
still love her.
Yeah.
I also did tell him about the whole like demon sitch.
That's weird. I'll look into that.
Please do, because I like need closure from that. I don't
I'll
know.
do some research.
It's something with the circlet.
Circlet, got it. You describe the circlet to him, he takes
I give him the one that I.
Cool. Alright, so it looks like this, except this gem is different.
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah.
I'll ask some friends of mine if they've seen
She
it.
like didn't ever want to see it again.
That's
She went somewhere
that's
she didn't know
weird,
where she went.
Very weird. Oh, by the way, he starts telling you about a girl he has met. And more like a woman in this case. He's met another mom, and she also has kids, and he's all like, I am the worst father I have ever seen. How did you put up with me?
She didn't
Dude,
try to live in
I literally didn't have to deal with you.
That's right.
I mean, I saw you like once every few months, you know, and then we would like run to the tavern, and then we would like throw a party for your like adventures.
I am so sorry.
That's okay. It like, you know, it shaped me into who I am, and like.
You've done great. So,
Thank
you know
you.
what? Maybe I was a good dad. And you see him like try to cheer himself up, but like it's clear that he is lying to himself about this. Like if I can justify who you are today, we're good. Anyways, you tell him about that. Time is going to go on. You're going to spend 2 years go by, and you start going on. You take her on an adventure. In this time period, she has gotten edgier. Pick a class, I suppose. Not druid. What is she? Not blood hunter. She specs in. She's probably.
A wizard? No, she didn't go to school.
No, she goes to school, but she can be an edgy wizard.
Those don't exist.
Edgy rogue. Edgy.
Edgy. No. Let's see. What class would she be? I didn't think about this. I should have thought about this.
Let's look up the
Gloomstalker
classes.
Ranger.
You were planning this from the beginning?
And I didn't think this far. Yes.
Gloomstalker Ranger, baby.
It's all a lie. Everything is fake here.
Barbarian, bard, cleric, druid, fighter, monk, paladin, ranger, rogue, sorcerer, warlock, wizard, artificer, blood hunter.
Artificer.
I feel like wizard.
Wizard it is. She's a wizard.
She's a wizard.
She's a wizard, and
She's a book person.
she's a book person because she went to the she's academic. Academia. Macadamia nuts. Anyways,
Shit.
you have a wizard companion who's not nearly as good as your friend, and you can give him some tips about it. Anyways, you
Is
begin
she a
going.
necromancer? Fuck right off.
No, she's just right now. She's
That's edgy.
It's definitely evocation.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
This girl is edgy, so she's gonna have fireballs galore. You
Fuck
know?
yeah,
She's
love
good
it.
at like destruction magic. Anyways,
Pyromancer.
I'm the healing. She's the damage.
Yeah, so time is going to go by, and you guys are going to go on a little sister adventure. About a few more years are going to pass, and you're going to find the funeral of Todig. This is where you're going to meet up. You're going to see Israfel, who looks no more than the age of 21.
Blue,
Maybe
you
he
look
just
like shit.
maybe he ages well. Blue looks like dog shit.
So glad I made that kid on the first strike.
It's okay. Dog shit.
Oh no, Doc did not make it 10 years. I'm telling you that right now.
Fuck.
I think Blue would have made a witch deal and give Dog
No,
immortal life.
dog is like
I see that.
the dog in Haunted Mansion.
Okay,
Outside the cemetery.
we're gonna get to the ending of this one though. We're close to it. No, we're good. But what is going to happen is you and your sister are gonna go on some ventures. She's gonna be a journeyman level, or a not just more than novice of a wizard, to where she could go on her own and not be afraid of one bandit encounter messing her up. She's at like 3rd level spell fireball level. She can fireball once, which is just enough to fuck up most D&D or most DM experiences. One fireball will ruin most encounters. But anyways, she's at that level now. She's getting pretty good at it. So let's see. After a bit of time, you guys are finding yourself in just another weird area off of one. Let's see, what port were we in? Port Acton, which is on the other side of the other kingdom.
Okay.
And you're just going on adventures and seeing stuff. What you do is eventually your sister just stops. Oh, no, sorry, funeral.
Yeah.
We're at the funeral now?
Yes.
She's still the day, like 18 years old. Has
You
not
look like
aged
shit.
since 18. And more
look hot as fuck.
specifically, you haven't aged specifically since your fight with Castor, the second fight, Castor's revival, when you spoke with them. You haven't aged a day since then.
Shut the
Your
fuck
little
up.
sister.
Is this the age of Adeline?
Your little sister looks older than you do. You look a prime 19. She's now like 20, and you look younger.
No, my glow up was like 22,
Blaxton.
23.
Blaxton.
Yeah, that's...
Hold on. I know we haven't started our rootin' tootin' cowboy and ghoul shooting yet, but I have target number uno.
So here's what's gonna happen, Nova. I'm gonna speed run this because we've been here a long time.
Yeah, I
'cause
know, I was just gonna
there was
say
a lot of lore we never did with you that was needed to be happen. So here's what's gonna happen for you.
Yeah.
You're gonna go about 15 more years of just adventuring with your sister, finding lovers along the way, and just living it up. You don't age a day. Your sister ages, she's like in her mid-30s now. And at this point, you're kind of like, I'm getting confused and curious about what's going on. Your dad is now old. He's like in his like late 60s.
No.
And I mean, he's still a charming lad. But here's where it gets funny. This is where it gets sad. I do apologize.
That's the opposite of fun.
What's the shit
Tragedy
going
gets
on?
weird. You start like not aging, and everyone around you is starting to get real old, except for Israfel, who's now at this point done his journeys and has bumped. You guys have bumped into each other on different continents, and you're like,
I keep hearing about the moon demon.
Have you
It's
guys ever-
every time?
you guys ever seen the meme of the person like swerving into their house, like me leaving the house at 5 a.m.,
Yeah.
my brother getting home at 5 a.m. Like that's what you guys do when you see each other, and you're like, Israfel, you haven't aged a day.
Nova, you look wonderful.
You look amazing.
Is this your mom?
What? No. That's my sister.
Oh, weird. This is my bone army.
Hi, Bonami. They're all waving and
Clack,
saying.
clack, 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 clack.
I was
clack.
hanging out with Blaxton. We were shooting demons. Like bad ones, though.
Run
Oh.
to and bear, and I should bump mine too.
If I circle it, let me know.
Eventually, Nova, you do hear stories from your dad who's like, wait a second, I think I found something. I was doing my one like thing, and he says, so there's reportedly this demon who binds souls through a deal. And he's all like, I think that your mother might have made a deal with a demon in exchange of the circlet that she wore, or maybe something involving that, and might have her soul stuck in a different plane.
That tracks.
There's a good chance that your mother may have been acting out for so long because she was soulless for a reason. And the mother that you interacted with was merely just a husk of your mother, which is kind of terrifying. I do have a lead. It's going to be in... So there's a demon that is known for exchanging services or deals that they frequently break with foolish mortals. It's one of the layers of hell. In the fire...
Oh,
no, fire
shit.
dominant.
I've been told to go there many a times.
If you are to save your mother, you're probably going to have to go to hell. Literally go to hell, actually.
I've been told that one a lot of times too.
And this is kind of where we're gonna wrap it up. Like, this could be a cool one-shot later. But anyways, I mean, this is where it is. You aren't going to be able to unage yourself until your mother and you have a relationship. So let's just go off on something. You've actually spoken with your patrons enough. And in fact, one of these patrons, the Alara, who hates you so much, said if you don't get a relationship with your mother, you don't get to come here. And she's all like, she'll never get to come here. So you are essentially cursed with immortality until you and your mother are reunited and she forgives you. So you have to go on a small quest, find the circlet, go to hell, kill the demon, free your mom, get to die.
That's a sucker's game.
So
but get to die and go and hang out with my girls.
get to die and go and hang out with your girlies. In the meantime, you did satisfy one bond of make that sister relationship good. That's you kept the powers. Not being immortal is how you have to get a relationship with your mom. So you basically are going to be living a timeless life of watching all of your friends die around you, except for Israfel, until you fix that. So
Israfel and I are going to hell?
Dead.
If you invite me.
I will
Maybe.
invite you.
Hell yes.
that's where we're gonna wrap up. We should probably take a break so we can stand and walk around.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
gonna be
Oh.
Gift.
Easy.
Oh, everyone gets their gift. I forgot.
Oh my god, it's a book.
Yes.
No.
What is it?
I'm like, huh?
Huh?
Yellow? Oh my god. You guys! Oh my god! Okay, so necklaces, and one is like a little gem, like a little necklace pendant. There's a tarot card, and it's the Celestial Minor logo.
Oh, that's
Logo,
cool.
astrological
Sure.
sign.
Yeah.
Just
I don't know where these every day.
So yeah, Sierra, it's one. It's actually just one.
It's one.
piece?
One necklace.
That's
No
rad.
shit.
Sierra struggled as she. We're gonna take that break
Let's take
here
a break.
and let you wear it because it's gonna take you a minute to figure it out. All right, so we'll be back. Let's say 10 minutes. What, 55-ish?
Yeah, we'll
so
be
that
back.
we can just be back soon.
Yeah. Get your questions ready.
We'll see you guys
yeah.
at 9:55. Love you all very much. We'll be talking
Love
very soon.
you.
Everyone, welcome back. So glad to see you.
All of our imaginary friends are dead now.
No.
Yeah, kind of.
Nova's immortal until she can get her mom out from hell.
Are you sure we switched? Oh, we have. Yes, we're good.
Everyone, give it up for Sierra.
Yay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The voice behind Bott.
Yes, that is not the audience. The fill in the blanks in between the audience.
Woo!
All right. Well,
This is the Q&A.
I guess no one's seen Sierra before because it's
That's
very
right.
infrequent.
I
This
did
is.
She was in.
Oh, you're right. But
Key Parson.
well,
I'm
yeah,
Carson.
it was on the main show. So I just want to say, everyone, this is Sierra. She is one of the people behind all of this, and
I
she
don't know
helped
why
make
I
this happen.
waved when they said
Um,
Sierra.
Hi, Sierra, and she has been working Bott like no one's business. But that is all. What, Patch? You just stare at me?
I'm just trying to think of a joke about Nova. I couldn't find anything.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Nothing ever happened
Hey.
there, anyways.
Hey, have a gold. Tink.
You got questions, we got answers.
We got giveaways.
We
We
got
do have a
giveaways.
giveaway. So I forgot to mention we have a giveaway because I didn't write it down for once. And the one thing I didn't write down in my announcements, it is going to be the Barbarian Gold. So we have some really cool gold pieces of Barbarian shape. I don't have them here on my hands, but they are in.
They're already packed away.
They're packed up and ready.
Yeah.
to
Ready to be
They're
sent
ready
to
to
you.
ship.
So do exclamation point what? Giveaway?
No, I'm gonna do it manually. Every time you ask a question, you get an entry into the giveaway.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So you gotta ask some questions to get into the giveaway. That's clever.
Looks like we have
One
the
already.
first question here from Miss Dinosaur Magikarp,
Ah,
longtime
yes.
viewer, longtime question asker. What kind of flower was it, Devin? Really?
It was a pretty flower.
Get fucked.
And
Yeah.
so you're not going to get anything more than that. You've got a pretty flower, and that's about it. Just so we're clear.
Wow, there's so many questions.
I didn't expect you guys to immediately be like, "That's Caster's symbol" in the first session. Like I was like, I want this to be somewhat clever, and then Nucci is like, "Ah, I can tell. It's literally the same symbol. You can see the triangle in this geometric shape." And I want to be like, all shapes have triangles. And fuck me, you know.
Circles literally don't have triangles.
If you can make
Yeah,
a
they
triangle
do.
inside a circle.
But then you make it. You're making a triangle, not.
Bitch doesn't
in
know about
existing
pie.
Circle.
Dude, do you not know pi?
Bitch doesn't know
Oh
about
my
pie.
god,
No,
pie.
dude likes cake. Everything's cake.
I'm just saying, if there's a circle, there's no triangle there.
All right,
Why
it
does
was.
this give me this bitch don't know about Pangea
Bitch don't know
vibes?
about
About
Pangea.
This,
Pangea.
this
Ray,
it
let
was.
it go.
Guys, it wasn't. I didn't think people would go so hard about what type of flower it was. And
No, it's not a florist.
I'm not a florist. That is correct. And I don't know all the
She's
flowers.
apologizing for getting your flower puzzle right away.
You know what sucks, Nucci, is you were the one who I was like, I'm going to add a small little like flavorful hint right here. We're not going to cover it yet.
Nucci takes hints
We're-
and runs.
But that's where it's funny,
You run right
Damien.
every
You're
time.
He's
So
a puzzle master. I don't
he
know what to
he would
tell
be
ya.
really good at one small hint, and he would get the theory like fucking spot on. And I was like, dude, this is meant to be like a 10-episode arc, and you just got it round one.
yeah, he said the bot theory really early.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, yeah,
The
you did.
kick-
Like that was
is-
like episode like 2.
The kicker of the story is I'll be like, hey, small little thing here, or I'll be like, really overt puzzle piece. You guys need to solve this episode because that's how this is gonna go. And everyone's like, oh. I don't know what this is. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's all. That's why I'm salty.
All right. Next question. What happened to Jenna?
She's on a ship.
Jenna!
Well, what happens with her like 10,
Did she get
15
invited to
years
the
down
funeral?
line?
Did she go to the funeral? for Todig?
You know what?
Fuck yeah.
Her and Captain,
Captain.
Captain
Winter
Dog?
ships.
No.
Captain with Dogalaga. What's the captain's name?
Friggity
Give me a
frack,
second.
we just met her.
Started with a T.
I was about to say it started with a T.
Timbo?
Tanya.
Captain T, man. Captain T.
Captain.
Yeah, they were with Captain T. They would have gone because they were Todig's friends. So this memorial would have happened. They would have been there. Jenna would have been there. You would have seen like a 35. Like she'd be like what 30 now. It's been 10 years.
Yeah.
30-year-old. She's now more of a sailor than before. She's still the rogue archetype, and now she's just
Swashbuckler rogue?
probably a swashbuckler
Oh, yeah.
rogue would be the thing. Yeah. So she's a rogue now. So she's just the DPS agent of power. She gets in, stabs things, and she comes out and she's like, "Oh yeah, I've had my maturing phase. Like,
Wow.
this is." You go like, "Who are you?" And the Jenna that you knew is like, "What's up, guys? Nice to see you again."
Hey,
Yeah, that's it.
Blue looks like shit.
Oh my God, Lou, what happened to you? Is that a black eye?
I'm not allowed to cross the seas,
Rock on.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Me
Yeah.
or my dog.
But yeah, Jenna had lived a decent life on the sail for those 15 years and is doing really well under Captain Tippy, I think.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Captain. Yeah.
Do we have another question?
And
We do.
Winter.
Another one is Anne Winter. What happened with her?
I missed this small note over here, but with Winter,
She died.
Kill your gaze, you know.
it's not necessarily true. What did happen is the relationship did.
Yeah.
You came back and you said the whole thing with Bott. She stopped you kind of like, don't even worry about it. She gave you career first, relationship second. So you got dumped.
Ooh.
Oh.
I always do.
A real pity,
Shame.
because
Shame.
she would be getting older, and they would have stayed the same age.
Yep.
That's true, but she's also going to live to 750 years old because she's Elven. So, you know, there's that.
That would
Kinda
have been a
weird.
It's gonna be an
awesome
awkward.
relationship.
What's their age?
Well,
gap?
she's close to like
Triple
two.
digits.
Probably
Dude, wait,
250.
can Winter and I like somewhat like kind of hook up here and there?
Absolutely.
Great.
Yeah.
3 decades.
She
from
just
now.
can't have a relationship.
Perception.
She's
No
not allowed to have a
relationship, but friends with benefits on the table.
Every once in a while, she's like, Nova, you
For
look
this
like.
19-year-old
She's
girl.
almost into Lolita at this point because you're the same girl that you dated back then, and now she's like 30.
Oh my God.
And there you are looking like fresh 19. Ooh.
Oh.
Hi.
What's the next question?
What's the next one?
On to the next one.
Lemon asks, when are we gonna get a soup kitchen map, Devin?
Oh fuck!
We
That's right.
never
You
got
promised
the
that, didn't you?
kitchen map.
Honestly, it kept expanding, and I don't know where to put the rooms because the rooms don't.
It's a pocket dimension.
Yeah.
It's a TARDIS.
Ooh.
That's not-
You know what?
The rooms keep
I
shifting.
actually
There
kind
is
of have
no
like
map.
a vision of what it looks like inside.
I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
I love it.
I just figured it was like Howl's Moving Castle.
You
where
got
it's
the
just
bowling
like,
alley in there,
Yeah,
right? The bowling
yeah,
alley's
yeah.
canon, isn't it?
Yeah, we have a bowling alley.
This
It's
bowling
with
alley.
it's with milk.
Milk cartons.
Yeah.
Bitch, you
Milk
can't show
jugs.
me the
Milk
question.
jugs.
Let's see. Yes, I will. The soup kitchen map will
Wait, we can
be
see
in
the
the
questions?
process.
Yes.
I have a general idea, and I started, and then I was like, what have I done? But also, it'll be 3 tiers because there's the basement, there's the attic, and there's the really largely expanded on bottom floor. I'll have it soon.
Actually, I do want to. Can I think of the question that Shy asked?
No, we're going in order.
Yeah.
Save it.
Okay.
The next question is for me. How tough was it to control the surveys, the options, etc.? If you've been watching from the beginning, you'll have noticed that our poll system has vastly changed throughout the series. We started with people choosing where Bott went on the map, and then his
That was
attacks
nuts.
were automated, and then we changed it to, you choose what attacks they make, and their movements automated. Originally, at the very beginning, I had a very complex Python code for how to vote for movement. So you would like submit in chat like A7, and then the code would like put all of those in a little like set, and it would figure out which ones, and it would spit out the top 3 choices. So that, for example, if like 2 were A4 and A5, like we could see that those were more than another one, etc. And it was very complicated, and then we just scrapped it.
Yeah.
We were like, nah, makes more sense if they vote on the actions rather than the movement. So it was definitely an evolving process, and I'm much happier with where it ended up at the end because it was much more flexible to like make last minute polls for silly questions like, hey, do you want to light this on fire? Yes, no, you know. So it ended up being much better, though it did require a lot more hands-on rather than originally it was supposed to be completely automated by the Python charm, but yeah, it ended up, I think it worked well in the end, and I like where it ended up.
It works narratively.
Nice.
Yeah.
But like, you know, you learn along the way.
We have learned a lot.
You know?
I feel like there's a way that it could improve, but
Yeah.
that would
Oh,
take.
definitely.
We don't know what that is yet. We'll have to test it out. I want to pile on and be like, the one thing I could have wished to do differently with the campaign was do 2 campaigns, one smaller, so we could have basically trial ran bugs out of the way. So that we didn't run, because like if you guys look back at our first episodes, the audio hurts,
Oh man,
the
yeah.
quality is.
It's so hard to even hear Israfel's accent.
So, anyways, yeah, it would have given us a trial run, which would have been nice, especially for Bott, because we would have fixed that along the way.
Definitely. Next question being, and this is kind of for everybody. Skion8 asks, what was your most memorable character moment?
There's so many.
There was a lot of good ones.
I don't know if it's a character moment, but just the gaslighting of everyone in the party.
Literally, what? Especially to me. You guys.
Wonderful.
Just being able to just class switch just mid-campaign fully. That was enjoyable.
Why did you do that?
It was, we had talked, and it was either new character or a class switch.
Now the reason, no, it was initially new character or class switch.
I was
and then
down for new character.
And then I gave Damie a phone call and said, "You're getting a class switch."
You were just tired of Blaxton?
I was totally done. Well, because
It wasn't me that made that call.
Okay.
It wasn't
It wasn't
about,
me that made that call.
I didn't want to get new art of a new character.
Also, Sierra damn straight cried the second I brought that idea up to her, and she was in tears over it. She's like, "I like
Totally to kill Blaxton.
Well, I remember the thing me and Devin were talking about too was like Blaxton kind of did what he wanted to do, which was essentially save Rosie in the end.
Yeah.
By doing that wish, so I was like definitely down to be like, all right, new character, like let's.
Wouldn't
see
have
what I
been
can do.
funny if he opens the door and we gaslit Blaxton has an orc character now and he's an orc fighter.
Different name.
And then it's like, yeah,
Different name,
hey
different
guys,
fun.
how's it going? I've always been Timothy the orc, you know? Like,
Orc.
Timothy.
I've been with you the whole time. I just closed the curtain for a second.
What are you
Gaslight.
talking
That
about?
would
I think
been
the
awesome.
character that I was thinking about doing was like I don't even remember. I was still gonna do Blood Hunter. I still want to make that switch happen. But he was just gonna have like some weird like Transylvanian accent, I think. He was gonna be like a Dracula-esque character
Oh
Can I
my
have a
God.
sample?
design.
Can I have a sample?
Oh my god. I
1,
don't
2,
remember.
3, dude.
It was going to be
Oh,
a
fucking
little
kill
bit
me.
like this. And it was going to be a lot more open. And I was going to just have a sword just fucking swing it around.
It would have been such chaos on that table.
Yeah.
And like,
Between all the accents on this half, this
To be
half.
honest, I'm glad that wasn't the case.
Say!
yeah.
But that was just like one I was just
Well, 'cause
shitting out.
I introduced
There's
the
no
silly
backstory
voice
now.
at about the same time, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I introduced the accent.
It was after the Fey realm that you
Yeah.
suddenly decided more.
Yeah, more.
My favorite. Oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, please.
my favorite was the snakes don't have bones moment. It lives on forever in my heart. I love you so much, Gianna.
Oh my god.
Some of Blue's best moments were just like very fast one-liners.
Yes.
That was me.
That was just Gianna, that wasn't even Nova.
Well, no, it was like Nova had that moment, and then just Blue's or like Shai's going like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
What sold it for me?
I don't know if it's because you're right here, but you always picked up on like the little dumb things I would say.
I was very.
And then you would lose your shit. Nobody else would pick it up. They'd be like, what just happened? What's so funny? And you'd be like,
Well, because you'd always have something to say, even if it was small, like, and so I always made it a point to listen to whatever the fuck you had to say.
thanks, man.
I think one of my most memorable character moments was probably with like Nova's mom, because it was like, holy shit, I was not expecting her to be a total raging bitch.
A soulless bitch.
A soulless bitch, quite literally. And I wasn't expecting her to like be racist and like all
Dude,
this
I
stuff.
fucking got you that night.
Yeah,
Destroyed it.
I was like unwell, and I was like genuinely like, I pulled out the role playing. You know what I mean? Like I was like crying, and like I was just like, I don't want anything to do with you. But, like really acting. You know, I acted.
Top tier.
It was great.
So any of those dramatic moments, I was like, yes, give me the dramatic moments that I could cry and, you know, I love it.
Patrick?
Oh, the dead dog bit.
Dead dog!
Oh!
Good choice, man.
Oh! One of my other favorites, not character moment. Bad dragon.
That was a good bit.
Bad dragon.
Look it up on stream.
What's a bad dragon?
Devin, did you have a favorite
Well,
character
Shy
moment
had a
of
favorite
yours?
moment.
Either your
Shy's
NPCs
been
or...
waiting.
I don't even get
Oh,
it.
You're good.
I'll have to try this something. I have to think about mine. I don't know.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Bar dog.
yeah.
That's very nice.
Bar dog.
Bar dog. Just the gumminess of it.
Let's see.
What do we have next up then?
Did you have a favorite
You know
character
what? I
moment?
probably do. I'll get back to you.
We can think about it.
There were plenty of times that Bott made everybody laugh that I
Yeah.
was like really, really happy about, but I have the memory of a sieve, so it'll fall through.
Sieve, right.
Yeah, like a
I
colander.
don't remember any sieves either. No.
So I just remember the emotion of like being really happy, but I don't remember the details.
That's what matters.
That's
This
what
is
matters.
why I
That's...
photograph and video everything, because I can't remember shit.
What's our next question?
This is from Nucci. What's one thing you would what's one thing you would have changed episode 1 that you know now that you didn't know then?
I wasn't there.
Well, okay.
Good start. Good start. Strong answer.
Strong
Good.
answer.
Very, very...
Survey says. All right.
I would have made Israfel so much friendlier. Like, I loved the character of the standoffish wizard. I love that trope. Doesn't work in a party. He can be naive, he can be stupid, he can be intelligent but awkward, but he still has to like people.
Yeah.
And I started so much pushing. I immediately started pushing against necromancy doesn't equal bad. Started pushing against everything bad that I pushed that on others, and it didn't work out as well as I'd hoped. So I definitely would have changed that.
Gotcha.
Damien, you make any mistakes?
You may...
That was really mean.
Wow, alright.
Sorry.
Tell me how you really
Fucking
feel.
really
I've been watching a lot of that pirate show. I'm sorry.
The pirate show? I haven't seen the pirate show.
That's really good.
Oh.
If you don't have one, I got one.
You got one for me?
No, for me. Because it's like I'm the one that brought it. I don't know if you don't have one. Because I've got
No,
one.
I'm in this.
We have some notes for you too.
No, I'm gonna say for me, I would have had the campaign be a lot more upbeat at first. It was definitely slow at the beginning and a lot of dragging along because I thought that's what made a good story was like the character
Tolkien-esque,
building moment.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the Tolkien-esque viewpoint. And that's not fun. It's not fun to watch. I couldn't imagine watching our early episodes, but as it got stupider and
Watch our early episodes.
Please,
all on YouTube.
yeah, watch our early episodes because I'm endorsing
Watch the
those.
whole
I would have
campaign.
undone the first, basically like a good third of the beginning. And I basically got halfway through. I was reading some books on how to like enjoy DMing better, and the thing that stuck with me was like, people really like playing with big swords and spiky armor that's not practical.
Yeah.
But it looks cool and people like that. Let them do that. And that was the advice, and I was like, huh. I don't have to be a prick about sword maneuvering.
No.
For to have fun here, and that's what I wish I could have. That's just the idea. Wish I could have done.
There's a phrase I've learned recently in the DM community called "shoot your monks." Have you heard about this?
No.
So-
I've heard it. I don't remember what it's
Monks
for.
have this feature when they level up where they can spend a key point to catch a projectile, and if they catch it good enough, they can throw it right
Oh,
back.
yes, yeah.
So any DM who wants to hurt their players or have their monster survive will never shoot at a monk. You will never see an archer in that game if your DM is mean.
Yes.
But
yes.
that's not the reason your player's playing monk. Your player's
Yeah.
playing a monk to catch
the
the bullets and
arrows,
throw
yeah.
them back. So sometimes you should shoot at your monks. You should mortally wound your cleric's friends. You should, let the wizard have a big fireable mass.
You should
right in
burn
front of
down the orphanage.
them. No. But you know what I mean? Give
You
your
should
rogue
have-
shadows.
Yeah, you should have a barbarian's enemy be weak to bludgeoning.
Exactly.
Yeah. Give them something to
Give
be
them
awesome.
moments to
yeah.
celebrate those characters.
Yeah.
And that's something I've recently learned about that I've been like, ooh, that's challenging. So, I think that speaks very well to what you were saying about giving people the big pointy swords and fancy armor. Let them have the character fantasy they want. Let them play.
Yeah.
I would have bought boom mics.
Yeah. Oh god.
They're so nice. They don't crackle when you stand up and have to go to the bathroom. The audio's so much better, and I'm so sad going back and rewatching the early episodes and listening to the audio because I would love, and I've been talking to Devin about this a lot, I would love to go back and re-edit the whole series in an abridged fashion so that like we have like little like 20-minute chunks like
the plot.
Twitch Slays abridged. Because that would be better for YouTube, that'd be better to like get through so that people aren't slogging through it like Critical Role style. But the audio, like I don't know if I can sit and edit like 40 episodes of that audio.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's
And
fair.
it feels
Such a good idea.
I would love to, and I might still at some point just as like if I have a week.
For funsies.
Yeah, for funsies, but like, oh man, I wish we would have known. I wish we would have just gotten boom mics from day one. They're so nice.
I think something for my character that I think I wish I had was a more immediate objective to be attainable. I think I was thinking too big picture in terms of Blaxton, to where he couldn't really do much until like an option towards like that past thing opened up. So then it was kind of like me lingering around, not uncertain of what to do until that opportunity opened itself up. So I think I just needed something more immediate that could be obtained in the moment, you know. I think about stuff in like theatrical terms, like super objective versus immediate objective. What's something that your character wants is like that super objective, like should never be attainable. And then what is something that can be achievable right now that still progresses your character forward and keeps them in the plot. Like, you know, if they're in that room and they gotta want something in that room or else why are they in that room? And I think just...
Even if it's just like...
Even if it's just some like...
To joke around.
Yeah, even if it's some like dumb shit, like, oh, like I've always wanted like one of these or whatever, or something to keep me going. And so I think that's where I wish I just established more background to where I could have that immediate objective at all times, as well as when it got more into like, you know, the city of Aethelmore, where like a lot more of my NPC relationships were coming into play.
I would like to propose that we have so many questions, we should probably limit answering them to one or two people a go. Does that make sense? That sound fair?
That makes sense,
That sounds great.
Yeah?
The next one is specifically to Patrick,
Oh, fuck.
by Shy Not Shy.
Who is that
Patrick,
viewer?
why didn't you give Blue a chance?
I'm glad you backed this, actually. So today is Asexual Awareness Day.
Is it really?
It really is.
No way!
What a coincidence.
So I want to talk a lot about Israfel the Necromancer as
but we
an
got a lot of
asexual.
questions,
There's a
so you
lot.
can't talk a lot.
There's a lot here. I'm going to try to go fast. So there's a trope about making asexuals very standoffish, not very much alive with others. This is a mistake I did with Israfel. The reason why I wanted to create an asexual character at the start, I didn't know Devin. I didn't know you fuckers. I'm married. I wasn't completely comfortable with expressing any of that with any strangers I knew. So like, no, my character distinctly not sexual. That is bad shorthand for my asexual friends, and I apologize for starting this not as a great ally, but in doing my research on this, I think I've done a better job of understanding asexuality. But that's why I never gave it a chance.
You're pulling a Travis Willingham where you're like, I am not going to be romantic.
Yes.
And then you're, the wife still romances you, so you're like,
still
this
like-
campaign, old man.
Right,
Would
right.
you say that
Romanceable.
Israfel's aromantic asexual or just asexual?
I don't know. It was. I started as aromantic asexual.
Until Blue showed up, I get it.
Well, at that point, I was not prepared to explore that space with the story we were telling.
Yeah.
It seemed like a blast. I was hoping you would keep trying advances and Israfel would keep messing you up, but that's not very fun or engaging storytelling. So that's.
But I did have a lot of fun with it, so.
I loved it.
The soup kitchen looks like a dick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Your Magic Heart says your asexual audience thinks and appreciates you.
Well, thanks. I wanted to do my best by it. I didn't want to make it shorthand. I wanted it to be valid, you know? So.
Yeah.
And it also tied in a lot with the Catholic Church analogy, spoiler alert. Ill matters based off of Catholicism, which has that very strong state of breed and keep breeding and keep breeding. Sexuality is a means to create children.
Yeah.
Whereas ill matter is also suffering is bad, and by having more lives in the world, there's more suffering. So that was also a connection to it as well.
Oh, okay.
Where
Gotcha.
sex leads to more suffering. So just don't fucking do it.
Don't fuck.
Not
Yeah.
if you use protection.
I baby.
But yeah, let's jump on with the next question.
All right, Soft Anarchist says, it's harder to see progress when it happens over a long period of time. How excited and proud do you think you guys would be on your first session if you saw your stream now?
Literally, like...
Shit, dude.
That's a great
I mean, that's not
question.
like a question for me to answer.
We
Like,
just
oh my
got a
gosh,
raid.
because this is
Hi,
your-
thank you for the raid.
John,
Oh
welcome
my
in. We're doing Q&A for our
We
campaign that
just wrapped up a
wrapped.
campaign after 69 episodes.
Nice!
Yeah.
Ow, ow, ow.
So, you know, there's that.
I feel like this is more of a you guys question because this is your baby.
Yeah.
Like, how proud and excited were you guys, or are you guys, like looking at this?
I'm not saying that I didn't have a good experience, but I am saying I stressed myself out a lot, and I'm pretty goddamn burnt out. And right now, Sierra and I have a vacation planned. For the first time probably ever in my life, I've actually had a vacation,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. I was a college student before the pandemic hit, and then I graduated, and then I went to work, and then I went on medical leave for tearing myself asunder,
Ooh.
you know?
Whoa,
So, like,
stop it.
So like now I've been doing nothing. So like I haven't had a vacation ever in my life. And I'm just excited, right? So I honestly think that question needs to be answered after the vacation. Because right now, how do I put this? I am just like, fuck this campaign, get out of here. I put 30 hours of painting to making when it came to like just 2 weeks of terrain pieces.
Yeah.
I spent 15 hours on 1 week of terrain
remember
pieces.
those.
So I'm all like, I need to sleep.
Yeah.
But anyways,
We
Sierra, take it
literally
away.
were like, oh, we're gonna end on April 6th. We're gonna be in Florida by that next Wednesday.
Good for you
We're going to
guys.
Disney World.
So,
Yeah.
I'm going to Disney
I-
World.
I am super proud of what we did. I like looking back at the first, even just like the background of our stream and like how we had the cameras laid out and how we had the assets versus now where we have all of this like interactive like sea waves and starlight and the
Yeah.
stained glass motif and the audio is better and the sound's better. My only regret is that we weren't at this level during the
The start.
pandemic
Oh,
because I
yeah.
feel like, you know, we were
Yeah.
so new and we learned so much along the way that like by the time we got our shit together, the pandemic ended and everyone was going back to work and like a lot of our viewership left and I'm like, no,
Yeah.
but like now we're actually, not that we weren't worth watching before, but now like we're so
better.
much more worth watching.
Yeah.
And, you know, and that's why when I was talking about like YouTube, like if I could just, you know, go back and like re-edit it all so that, you know, we can have people watch again. Like I really want people to see it because I am really proud and I'm really proud that we finished it too.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
so many people started streaming over the pandemic and like, not that like they were doing what we were doing, like, you know, so they could kind of drop at any time. Like once work came back, you know, they stopped streaming and we stuck to it and we finished out this story and I'm really proud to have like a fully well-rounded product that I can now show people to be like, I made this.
Yeah.
So I'm proud.
I'm also like really proud because I think as like things went on, like we got better, we learned more, but I think also we became more comfortable with each other like as players,
Oh yeah.
and it like just the vibe was just so great, and like I, you know, I would be like, sorry work, I'm leaving, I have to go play D&D, and everyone would be like, everyone knew me at work as like, she's going to D&D, it's Wednesday, it's D&D. So, and then we like would post on TikTok, and then like that went viral, and that was like very reaffirming to be like, oh my god, like people think we're funny. Like people think we're actually like cool and funny, and like, you know, it's been like such a great time, you know, so.
What do we got next?
Magic Harp asks, do you guys know how proud of you all we are? It's hard.
No, say it more.
Yeah, honestly, I could use some more.
I would say I probably don't know, because right now, going through it, like, weeks were hard to get by. I would get off from a stream and be like, awesome, can't wait for this to be over, and then I would go to bed and be unhappy.
I think
So, yeah.
I might know more than anybody else just because I am constantly watching the chat and I'm there in it and I can see all the reactions, which is like, you guys don't know this in the audience, but I would copy and paste particularly nice comments from the chat into our Discord because I knew the players, were sometimes in really serious roleplay moments and couldn't see those really beautiful comments. There's sometimes really funny comments, sometimes kind of insults. But I would do my best to copy those over so that after the session, the players could go back and read all the really nice things you said. But I definitely saw way more than everybody else, so I don't know that you guys know how great some of the feedback has been.
What are you laughing at?
Someone just posted in it just an hour ago. Nice things viewers say. Today at 9:20, we consider that Devin has issues too. What a nice things our viewers have said.
This is kind of funny.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
We were talking about Nova's mom, and someone said,
Why do you think most
Devin has
stories?
issues too.
Why do you think there's so many parental abuse background stories? Oh, you think I'm good at writing those?
All right. Lemon Viola says, do Sawyer and Oglis have a canonical smoke sesh?
They never met each other.
Thank God.
No.
Thanks, Dad.
In the canon, they never met each other, and I don't think that they wouldn't vibe with each other. I don't think they wouldn't have a good time together. I just don't think they would have known each other.
Their paths wouldn't have crossed.
I wish in a different multiverse,
Some other
There's
world.
there's another multiverse. Where they
That's
do.
true, that's true, that's canon.
Blaxton traveled the multiverse. He's probably been to one.
That's true.
Probably helped them roll the doobie.
There's also probably multiverse where Oglis is just not a smoker. And
Whoa.
is straight laced.
Whoa.
Right?
That's a universe I don't want to be in.
Right? Agreed.
Ultimately.
Hashtag not my Oglis.
Not my August. Not my
Not my
August.
Sawyer if it's like that either.
Happy to see you asks, Blue, was it difficult coming into the campaign late?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I didn't even know about this. I'm gonna be honest. A friend of a friend of ours was like, "Hey, they're having this audition. You should go." And I was like, "Okay." And I showed up, and I made my character slap Devin in the face. And then I was like, they didn't like me. And then they were like, "Hey, come on in." And I was like, "Oh, okay, no, they liked me." So going from there, I had to put together a character that could fit this party, so I tried to cram in as much watching as I could.
You slapped Devin in the face?
The character.
The character.
Oh,
Slapped an
okay.
NPC.
I
Yeah.
was like, wow.
You don't know what I'm into.
I did.
And I just remember Devin's one big thing at the end of the day when we first started talking
Whoa, did we
about
get
Blue
another raid?
was that
I don't think so.
we did he didn't want Blue to be vanilla and boring.
No.
Oh, okay,
So
So
surprise!
I got what I wanted.
You did.
you
Was
did
not boring.
exactly.
Was
I
not boring.
got more than I asked for being honest.
What do we got next up?
Since Nova's Tarot Corner brought me here, this is from Lemon. Gianna, are you going to continue reading tarot?
Yes! What's so funny is I've left my tarot cards here so I can use them for D&D and I would transfer them home and then here and then home and here. And then I was like, I'll just leave them here because I use them more here. But I still will read my family or friends tarot cards. And then I also go to this really awesome witch and I get my tarot cards done there. And she's fucking accurate. She knows the future. It's weird. So yeah, tarot's still a really big part of who I am. So I will use it.
If I can jump in here as well, Sierra, I know you love tarot as well.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
astronomy tank top on
Hell
right now.
yeah.
And I'm getting in a tarot deck I've been looking forward to for a year and a half now. At the end of April.
Okay,
Maybe
what?
when you guys get back, we can do a thing. Maybe it'd be fun.
Yeah, what deck is it?
It's the Alley Man Tarot deck.
I'm gonna have to look.
It's incredible. It's basically a magpie deck of 73 different artists.
Oh, I do know
13
this.
different
I do know
copies of
this.
death.
Yeah.
It's absurd. And I'd love to
The
explore it with
chaotic
you guys.
energy.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm also picking up palmistry, so maybe some of our viewers can send me pictures of your hands.
Stop! Will you read mine? Will you read mine? Stop.
Yeah, then they
Sounds like
can
you're fishing
send
for
pictures of
something.
feet, right?
Yeah, I also do
For
fetusry.
palmistry.
Yeah.
All right. Enjoy Talkin' asked, any regretful moved? I'm assuming that's
Moves?
moment or moves.
Any regretful
anything
moves,
you
with
anything
your
you
character?
regret.
Just general. Regretful moves.
Me not letting Blaxton die.
Me-
Me not letting you roll a new character. Because what you just said about like, oh, he saved Rosie and that was his goal reminds me so much of like Han Solo, where, you know, Harrison Ford was like, my character should have died, but he stayed alive because people liked him. That was my fault. I should have let Blaxton die because he, you know, fulfilled his kind of arc, and then you could have made something new. But
No, I don't think you should like regret that. You
Well,
know?
it wasn't even just you. It was like a bunch of other people were like, Blaxton can't die! Like, they were so... that people
Because
still
I think
are
people
so
thought
attached to
Blaxton was die bait easily. You know?
I'd have killed him.
I was gonna say, part of me was like rolling death saves. I was like, is this the day? You know?
You just got that 20. Fuck off.
It's not the
He
day.
wakes up.
with 1
Well, that's
HP.
What
Does
HP?
anyone else have a move they regret?
No.
Obviously the end wasn't like I wanted to be Nova wanted to be honest with Winter but had no way of contacting her. But she does regret, I guess, not making like some sort of effort to be like, hey Winter, I'm gonna go be with Bott, bye.
You could have done that in sending.
Fuck you. We don't have a sending spell.
You would have lost your benefits.
Damn.
What?
If you did it
You
that
would have
way,
just had a friend.
you would have just had a friend.
Oh,
There would have been no
shit.
smash after. This was the smash pass.
You're right, never mind, she's fine.
Yeah, this was
Oh my-
of all
just
the endings, this
saying-
was the smash ending.
No, like, Nova
True
wasn't
ending.
cheating. She even said, like, I don't want to do anything more until I talk to Winter. You know what I mean?
And then
Yeah.
Bott exploded.
And then Bott died. So like,
Originally too, Devin and I had a miscommunication about when the end was gonna be. So I was trying to get the Bott song to be one episode before the like end. And I misunderstood what was happening, and so we were like, all right, it's happening now. Shit, because I hate the like kiss and die. Like it gave me such like Kylo Ren vibes.
On the bright side,
of
this
like,
was
oh, you finally admitted your feeling and now I die.
Yeah.
You know?
on the bright side, this was kiss, teleport, run to a tower, then die.
True. Yeah.
Become thousands of people.
See?
Be reborn with no memories.
I've read way too many
Kingdom Hearts, I
YA
think.
novels where that happens and then there's 10 pages left and you're
Yeah,
like,
right.
fuck, they died. All right.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to do that, but timing and miscommunication and honestly also just writing the song took longer than I thought.
It's a good
That's
song.
I also
very great.
I also didn't want to kill Bott, but I also wasn't gonna like bitch out and not kill something. Like I'm talking to you, episode 9 of Star Wars. I'm talking about you, C-3PO. That was a sweet 20-minute scene talking about your mortality just to get fucking rebooted. Still mad about that.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah.
Still mad about
That
that.
movie didn't exist though.
It-
so.
Changed my mind.
The next question does, though.
Twin AJ asks, was there any personality traits or interests, etc. any of you scrapped about your characters?
Blue is gonna be evil.
Was?
Like, I remember having this talk. Blue is gonna be hardcore, full family. When her uncle got throated with the rose, like that was the turning point. And so I was like, Devin, I want her to be evil. And he was like, well,
I was like, please don't re-roll a character. We
Yep.
just made art.
yep.
I just painted your mini. You're not allowed.
He's like, do what you want, but don't.
But no.
And then, he just does it anyways, and then
You got to do it.
We are not Critical Role. We don't have an artist like
On hand.
on our payroll
standby.
just to be like, oh, new character art tomorrow.
The lemon had been churning some shit out.
Yeah.
Lemon has
Lemon
been turning
has
some
been.
shit out.
I appreciate everything Lemon can make, but I don't want to be like, hey, can you do this for us? No. Like, I don't want to.
Right.
I don't want to like,
Yeah.
impose.
Yeah.
The art of passion.
Art,
is
artists
different
should get
than
paid,
commission.
and we just, in terms of money,
We don't got it.
money.
We
have
got
the
no
money.
money.
Oh my god, I keep dropping dice. That's something I wish
Next
I
question.
said.
I think this is mostly for Devin, but could be for everybody else. What was your favorite battle design? That was asked by Enjoy Talking.
Ooh. I think she means like map layout. Or combat.
let's see, which one was my favorite combat? God damn. You know what? I think my favorite one was the caster fight, the first one. Because not the first one where you guys got dunked on in the room and got killed, but the one where you guys actually killed Caster, the first death.
What was that one? Why did you like that one so much?
I liked that one because I thought it was fun that we ran into an area where dudes were like, it felt like a video game movie scene where you're watching NPCs get murked all around you.
That's right.
You know? Like you see it all the time and they weren't focused on you, they were fighting other cultists or fighting priests and you guys were just like, fuck this, gotta fight the big one, you know? So it was a cool moment where you got to watch things get just like mulched in your guys' wake. Sometimes the cultist died, sometimes the priest died, and you guys impacted slightly, and then you went after the big guy. And then, of course, taking control of people and hitting them with a fireball was fun. It's really cool. I like that.
It's fun.
But yeah, like that was cool for me. It wasn't the best map I've had. It was, I think, one of the more dynamic fights, and I enjoyed that.
My personal favorite was the moment when the audience as Bott voted to throw the grenade that created a firewall that stopped the assassin from escaping.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was a moment that I really felt like Bott and the audience changed the tides because that assassin was meant to escape in that moment. And by voting to throw the grenade and create this firewall, the party was able to kill him then and there.
Devin's enemies want to run away.
I know, isn't that weird?
My enemies are smart. They're like, well, I'm losing fight. Must die here.
But like that was just such a that was everything that we had always like meant for this show to be. And like every time we said like, you as the audience impacts the story, you change the world. Like that was just such a surefire like moment of proving that in practice, and I just love that happened that way.
And that terrain was gorgeous too because it was a cityscape with like villages and roofs, and you put on some fire in there. It looks great.
Oh, you know who made a mistake in that one? I should have not had the fights happen inside the fucking house.
Yeah, it looked great though from here.
Yeah, I was like, that was a bad choice.
We live and learn.
Yeah, we certainly do. Make sure some narrative thing happens that launches your players outside the house so people can see what's happening.
At least if you're gonna have terrain and a camera pointed at it.
Yeah. Oops.
What do we got?
Happy to see you asks, who had the most physical change over the campaign? I loved watching Gianna's fashion statements, hairstyles, reading everybody's t-shirts, etc.
Oh my god. First of all, love that. Thank you.
I don't know if you mean in real life
characters
or characters, because this seems like in real life.
Does feel like real.
In which case, I would think Patrick.
Vote, everyone, all in favor of Patrick? Oh, speaking of which, have you seen the most recent promo we had of like last episode? And it's a picture of you back in when we got the photos.
Oh, I remember those.
Yeah, man. This boy has like short hair, no facial hair.
I think I just came out of a buzz cut when I auditioned.
What a cute lad.
Like, it was awful.
I mean, I literally just made a thumbnail today of everybody for the last episode, and I still have the same thumbnail folder from that one time we did a photo shoot.
Yeah.
I'm like, this does not look like Patrick.
Not the same guy at all.
That's
Who's this man?
Yeah.
There was
Who's this lad?
Who's this? There was a boy before. Now it's a man.
He's a man.
You had like super colored hair.
Oh yeah,
I
got
did.
It was
That's
gray
right.
colors.
I had
Like, I
five
loved
different-
it.
I had like yellow, green, blue, purple, pink.
I had 2 arms.
You did?
You two arms?
Yeah.
You almost
I
have
was
them
blonde.
back now.
Still can't
That
raise.
was the time,
Yeah, you were.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You haven't had time to change.
I literally went from blonde to black.
It looks good.
Thank you.
I did my makeup and then I stopped.
Hell yeah.
Respect.
Most of the time I'm behind the camera, so I don't gotta do makeup or wear normal clothes. I can be in my
Well,
PJs, just hunched on the computer screen.
What do we have next?
Buffarillo asks, when will the next campaign start and how will we know? So obviously Devin and I are gonna have a vacation. and
That's a very...
And we've been talking with other streamers that do D&D about like how they do their cycles of breaks, and the best advice that I've gotten is like having shorter campaigns and then like a 3-month break. So I'm thinking that we're probably gonna follow that formula of like having a few months of break, which gives us time to, you know, set up a new campaign, figure out who's playing, make characters, all that stuff, get like new terrain made. And then we will definitely like obviously be posting about it in the Discord, in the social media, like all that stuff as soon as we have a date for our next first episode.
Correct.
We also might be having like maybe some fun stuff in the middle. Like I know that we had all kinds of ideas for 1-shots or 3-shots for during this campaign that never got made.
The Beyblade one
We
shot.
had like a Call of Cthulhu campaign that we talked about maybe.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dude, oh, that was so
Yeah.
sick.
I have some like campaign or like short 1-shot ideas that I had, so we're just gonna, you know, play it by ear, but just make sure to watch the social medias, and we will let you know when we have our next stream or video or campaign. No Beyblade one shot.
No
What
one
you
wants that.
No
you're
one
telling
wants
me
that.
you wouldn't want to just rip a massive Beyblade across the battlefield?
I want to rip a fat Beyblade.
Actually, that sounds cool as hell.
Sounds fucking dope. Imagine there's like a fucking like army of zombies and you're just like, all right, let it rip and just like part the Red Sea like Moses did in the Beyblade cannon.
Anyway, so happy to see you asked. What would your
I'm gonna
advice?
sit in that chair.
What would your advice be for anybody wanting to start their own campaign?
Oh my god.
Just do it.
Have fun.
Do it.
Have fun. Don't lose sight of that.
You learn more by doing than you do by thinking or studying. So yeah, just practice.
Hey,
do
here's
some
something.
one-shots.
Devin, where's the rule book?
It's over the.
Where's our player's guide? We don't fucking use it.
We have one.
We.
I know you've whipped it out a couple times, Patrick.
It's a good guideline.
Yeah.
It's a good guideline.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say. If you're gonna do anything D&D related, look at the book because like, oh, this is how the game works and its functionality like that, and then be like, sweet, I have read it once. Let's have a good game. The second people aren't having fun is the second that session's not working.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the thing. And if people are having fun, then the session's working. So just keep that in mind.
I think also, like, because I've been in quite a few different campaigns, like short run, long haul, whatever. And yeah, it's again like all about just like having fun and, you know, knowing your characters. I honestly think constant communication with, like, as a DM to your players, because some players might be like, I really prefer role playing and there's not enough. Okay, great. Now you know as a DM, like, this person likes to roleplay. We can integrate more roleplay with, like, other things. And I think it's just, yeah, like, just having fun. Like, the rules are there, but...
On that note, I actually want to agree to slightly, like, if you can, like, this was a weird situation of our campaign where, like, it was entertainment based. So, like, the stream had some different purposes as opposed to just having fun in your living room. If you can, find people who like combat and stick to that, stick combat with them, and then find people who like roleplay and stick them to there with there. Because a lot of the biggest issue I think with D&D specifically is some people can build their classes to be like, I'm good at fighting, but all my perks and proficiencies just ass in roleplay. So they built a character that's good at just wrecking shop, but the problem is most of its roleplay, you're like, oh great, I built a guy who can't talk to people, is super not smart and not charismatic. And then you're sitting there burnt, and then it's flips both
But
ways.
that's a really cool way to play a character.
Can be,
But
if
you have to be
don't-
willing to.
But if you
That's
don't
true.
like roleplay
That's
and you're
valid.
expecting combat, and you're
Yeah,
like,
that's valid. Valid. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a weird version of like a roleplay game and like a war game mixed together.
5e's weird like that.
Yeah, you gotta find a balance, or you gotta talk to your players about what they like beforehand.
Yeah.
Like some people like playing a romance sim as their D&D game. Some people want
Refuse to do
stay
it
the
with
fuck away
strangers.
from that. You gotta figure that
Some
out.
of us like murder.
And roleplay.
And we're role-playing.
and playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. What?
What do we got next?
Magikarp asks, what would you have done differently about the Fight Club episode?
We don't talk about Fight Club.
Fight Club episode
That was 17 of the prologue.
What would I have done differently? So I personally didn't enjoy it because it took too long. It was the fight
Yeah.
pits.
Oh,
The fight pit.
The
I
pits.
love the pit.
Now,
We had all the betting.
I love the pit.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. And I have thought about it because I didn't love it and it could be really cool. But in my opinion, it just wasn't. It was lacking something. Now, what that something was either quick combat between players or like quick rolls to where it was like super snappy, speedy galore. But the other issue is like, it's not enough was happening for the players off screen. If I was doing this in my house, I would say, all right, the rest of you, go be on your phones and go sit on the couch and relax for a bit. I will play this one-on-one with this person. I will let you guys know when you come around. But I wouldn't want to do that. I want to find something else. I don't know. That's a good question. It needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
But how?
All right. Twin AJ asks, Devin, were there any monsters you wish you could have used but didn't due to things like CR rating, etc.?
Not exactly. I played every monster that I wanted to and then modified them to fit the power level. So if something was too strong, but I narratively wanted them to fight something, I would then make that weaker. For example, we fought in the first few sessions a Mind Flare. A Mind Flare is such a high level thing, it should just murk level 2, level 3 fighters, players.
People do, just straight up kill people.
It would just murk, right? So what I did, narratively, I said it was gaunt, it hasn't eaten in 1,000 years, it's been living off this fake pseudo Bacta tank, essentially, and now, like, but I need them to fight a Mind Flare because that's where the campaign goes. So I did it, and I just made that shit weak, and it worked.
Well, not only that, in the last episodes, we fought an Algoon, a Lich Mind Flayer, and we were getting our asses swept, and we were wearing headbands of resistance. Like, if we weren't wearing those items that the story prepared us for, we would have been dead.
Correct.
Easy.
Yeah,
so you
Bott
can...
was fine.
Okay. And you can give your players these imposing challenges by subtly preparing them sessions before.
That's true. On that same thing, and I'll end it. I got to play all the things I wanted by modifying them. Don't be afraid to modify the thing. Also, players don't. When you modify a stat block, your players can't metagame you.
No.
They can't look at the stat block and say, "Oh, he's clearly taking this model, so I know what its stats are." It looks like it. It sounds like it. Is it? But either it's ramped to 11 or it's weaker.
We never fought a dragon.
We almost
Could
did.
have.
We almost did, but we didn't.
We talked to
I'm
dragon.
trying to think of
I
like
didn't
we
talk to
fought a
dragon.
mimic. We fought all. We never fought a beholder, did we?
No.
We fought like a.
Wait.
In the Christmas.
Yes.
In the fake Christmas
In the
episode.
Christmas
yes.
non-canon
Beholder.
multiverse episode.
In the
But we
Mohawk
never
episode.
fought a. I'm trying to think
Oh,
of like,
yes.
I'm trying to think of like all the basic D&D
The
monsters.
bone golem, you got mad that I stopped.
Fuck you. That's bullshit.
We never-
Listen here, guys. I've thought about this, and if I cast a 9th level fucking spell, that's gonna be a 19 to beat. We are talking. 1 second, music stop. We are talking the strongest goddamn spell a player can fucking cast, and if you cast at that, what are they gonna do? Oh yeah, a 3rd level dispel could fucking undo it on rolling a natural 11.
It was pretty cool. It's what Israfel's built for.
We never fought an owlbear.
We didn't, no.
What are some other standard D&D monsters? We fought the Kraken.
We fought a
We
Kraken,
were
which
waiting
was
for that for the
yes.
whole
We
campaign.
never fought.
The demons in our hearts.
Never fought demons.
We never fought demons. We had a demon fight for us.
Dryad.
And the demon in our hearts.
A what?
Well, good. I wouldn't fight a dryad.
That's so true. I would just make them out with
Didn't we-
Yeah, Nova would just marry one.
We fought nymphs or something. Something.
We
for-
fought a
Harpies.
We fought a vine thing.
Oh, the shambling
Shambling
mouse.
Oh shit! I forgot to say that Bott's egg hatched.
Ah!
the
fuck!
harpy!
I meant to end last week's episode by hatching the egg. Bott gets to be gets to be a parent.
A parent!
And a baby!
A pear baby.
What happens with... I have a question. What happens with Big Ed and Gertha?
They get together, yo.
Do
Fuck
they
yeah.
get married? Do they have kids? Do they live happily ever after?
They live a Hallmark episode life.
Oh,
Ah,
love it.
hell yeah.
And
so
he's a good
married
guy.
with 2 kids.
Yeah.
And
2.5
lasts only
kids.
for 2 hours.
No,
The
the
Hallmark movie.
Oh, I thought you meant him in bed.
the relationship is
Oh.
forever. Oh man, that what a man. 2 hours is a good time to go.
Only last 2 hours, Damien. Jeez.
All right. What's the next question?
Devin, how would you kill each character?
Oh.
Asked by
I
Nucci.
saw this one.
Level 12 now, dude.
How would I have killed each
Oh, is there-
person?
Or do you have like a moment you would have killed?
That's actually what I would
Yeah.
probably do.
You tried a few
No, she's happy
times.
to see you.
The original. Did we miss a question?
No. It's
The
fine.
original way I was. How did I want to kill? There's a few times where death was like
Okay.
legitimately an option. The first time was when you beat the shit out of Blaxton and he got
Yeah.
creamed on the altar essentially.
I remember that. That was one of
There
my-
was a if there was a good chance you died right there.
Yeah.
Good
I-
chance.
I was preparing for that like mentally. Once I think I had rolled like 2 death saves and I was like dead, but someone like brought me back or something.
Israfel, I had
That was
intentions
close.
of killing Israfel in the final episode. Traditionally speaking, I purchased a 3D model that wasn't the STL file wasn't delivered in time. The Nautiloid was traditionally supposed to be a physical ship. I was going to spend 80 hours of printing to build a full Nautiloid ship. And then we were going to have an air battle, and you guys were going to fight on that ship. And then my goal was to launch a few people off. We're talking launch
I'm
them off
still
and have them
sad
die.
that we
Bitch,
never
I have
got.
feather fall.
You'd be unconscious first.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you would have been.
Yeah.
There was a couple. I would
Yeah,
have done it that way. Todig was. There was a good chance Todig died in the final episode, and Chrisio said to me, "Hey man, if Todig dies, he dies." And I was like, "Good to know that I have your consent." Nova.
I don't need it. I'm DM.
Yeah, I don't want to just murk people, like just like gotcha them, you know. There was a good chance Blue died and the whole issue with her family. Like there was a chance like we just re-roll Blue and Blue's Dunzo and we get
Billy.
different character.
Great.
And then Nova, I don't think you healed yourself too much. I don't think there was a way I had a chance to kill you.
Yeah, you died almost every
really,
episode.
really targeted me.
That's true.
How would you if you had to?
If I had to target you,
If you had to
who
kill
would have
each
dunked on
character-
you first?
Yeah.
I would have done some form of trap that was a moving thing because you stayed in the back too much. If I really wanted to target Nova without it feeling like overtly targeting, I'd have been like, oh, you want to stay in the back and not relocate? Yeah.
Overtly targeting? Is that a thing you've ever done with enemies before? Against the wizard?
No, actually. Every enemy I do, I make sure to get in their mindset and make their attacks based. I let you guys get a ha per each model that you
There's
fought
definitely
against.
been times when he's been like, yeah, no, this is what they would do
No,
because
yeah,
this
yeah.
person just attacked them and hurt
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, like you see giant fireball. And you're
So
like,
the only time you got targeted last was because the thing you've already fought once knew
No.
what you were.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then they went for you.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like that was the situation where we're targeted, but
That
it
was
was
valid.
Yeah. Anyways, that's
Still
it.
grumpy.
God, if I were to kill another player, Nucci, I would have done it with your character. I would have
Yeah.
definitely took control of you and had you murk Israfel,
Oh.
That would have been heartbreaking.
which would have been funny.
you
for me.
bitch.
For you, not for everyone else.
That's all.
Traumatic.
I know, right?
What do we got up next?
Happy to see you. What is everyone going to do with their time off between campaigns?
Sleep.
I'm gonna start streaming again.
Ooh, where can we
Where
catch
can we
you?
find you?
You can find me on Shy Not Shy. And it's strictly horror games.
Ooh.
I love that for you.
Scary.
I love the scary games. Except when we do Babe Plays, then we do a couple of games.
Cute.
Love that big place.
All right. Happy to see you. Asked, does Nucci know how much we missed him and his character? I don't think we can answer this.
Love you.
If Nucci is still in chat.
There is a small epilogue that Nucci had, or Cal Luna. Cal Luna did make it back to his brother. Basically, Cal, you found out that your tribe, there wasn't a lot of tribes. There wasn't multiple, because there wasn't a lot of lore dump here, because they all kind of left. So initially, the tribe leader took different furbolgs and sacrificed them to Castor as a god. Like, essentially, that's what they were doing.
Yeah, happens.
And that's where his brother was going to be. His brother's going to be sacrificed. Nucci's character followed, or Cal followed, and then we discovered that that wasn't the case. That's why he saw blood, and he basically killed everybody, and I forgot the name. I forgot what we called him during that time period. We just call him Castor, or...
I don't remember.
Basically, when he was mind-controlled for a period of time, and when you found him after the mind control wore off.
That's right.
Right? So you basically went back to find there weren't other Furbolg tribes that were trying to, because they were sending one person off to join another tribe to form new ones. That was never happening. There was only this one tribe, and you guys find this out, and you eventually find a new god, a god of the forest that works really well with your tribe, and you and your brother actually are probably the only people that just lived a happy life after.
Hell yeah.
Just went back and you got to, like, your brother was hurt and you got to speak with them about it. Also, the other sisters, they lived in the tribe and they actually were the ones that were the face of the tribe on back and forth if they needed to, like, say hi to a human, so they didn't get weird about it. Oh, you can cast spells. Long story short, the tribe actually was a happy little place after, and there was a time of peace in this forest.
And then Blue burned it down.
We weren't in that forest.
Magikarp asks, when we started this campaign, Devin was a newer DM, but now he's a true pro. Now that you've grown so much, are you happy to stay sitting in the DM seat, or do you want to go from the other side of things next?
So, I've gotten to finally play as a player in a game that is not intended as a one-shot. And I'm enjoying it very much. I don't disagree with the DM a lot. I disagree on rulings, but I sit there and shut my mouth while I tell other people to fuck off. DM is talking.
Yeah.
No, I actually have no problem playing. I do think that it's enjoyable. Like, it is vastly different on your mental psyche to be the player as the DM. DMing is pretty stressful, and I don't miss that, but I do enjoy getting to shape a narrative world for everybody to see.
Enjoy
Nice.
Talking asks, did anyone learn anything about the self or each other through their characters? Great question.
Nova, like, I think just, like, taking risks and, like, she says things that, like, I would not have the balls to say to someone in person. But she did it, like, without any regrets and, like, just fucking did it. Also, I think towards the end of the campaign, like, Nova, like, still, like, had that connection with her patron, but she wasn't as dependent on them anymore. And I think that she kind of, like, grew in that way, and that is something, like, I don't need to depend on, like, anyone above me to help me in life. Like, I can do it on my own, and, like, I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna be okay. So, yeah, and Noah's just, like, positive all the time, or, like, tries to see the good in things, and I don't typically always do that, so.
Honey, it is getting late. Is there
Yes,
a way we could
I've
cut
closed
the
off the,
questions?
I was just
Perfect.
about to post
I
it.
learned I'm hilarious. I already knew that, but this just
I learned it again.
I learned it again.
I did learn I'm dumb, but I now know I'm hilarious twice.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth?
Anyone else?
So we have two
Nope,
more questions.
Don't learn shit.
Don't learn shit? Okay.
I got a lot of questions back to back to back. I'm good.
Enjoy Talking asks, did any of your families watch, and would you be okay with them seeing you and your character?
No, no, and no.
We have a family friend who is a subscriber.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and because he's a big D&D, my dad was just like, yeah, she's joined this really cool D&D channel. It's got a lot of followers on Twitch, and he goes, she joined Critical Role, so like, oh my god,
Congratulations!
so
Not yet.
he's been tagging along this entire way. So
Cute.
hi.
My mom literally asked that question.
Yeah.
I love it.
So they've been with us the whole time.
Yeah, I do
They've
that.
won so many raffles.
Yeah.
I love it.
They deserve it. They've
They
been
do.
here the whole time.
They've been here for a while, and I appreciate that. And they're very kind and supporting.
Yeah.
My parents don't watch.
My
My parents have tried to watch.
Listen out.
She was like, I put it on sometimes.
My I think my parents have tried to understand D&D. They can't get it. They've watched as like my family plays D&D together, and they're like, don't get it, don't understand. So they wouldn't even try to tune in because they just like don't know how.
Yeah.
But my parents are very conservative, and I think they would just be like, why is Nova kissing a girl?
Oh,
you know
no.
what I mean?
Oh
That was
Oh,
wonderful.
do you have something you want to tell us? No, I remember over Christmas my mom telling me like, oh, we tried to tune in but we don't really get it. And I'm like, let me sit you down and explain D&D to you. And she's like, no, I don't. I'm like, no, let me explain how it works. And she doesn't care. She doesn't care.
I think
They're for you, huh?
I just think my cousin's tuned in once. My cousin who just got engaged, by the way, so she's enjoying
Congrats.
it. But she tuned in once just to see like, what the fuck is this kid doing? Like she's very much that cousin where she's like, what the fuck is he up to?
I will say, okay, sorry, I don't mean to like keep coming in, but my cousins, so I play D&D with my cousins. And my brother. You guys know my brother. You know my brother.
Hi.
My brother thought this was like the coolest fucking concept, and I remember calling them after my audition. I was like, this is so cool! And they like tuned in here and there and been like, dude, this is fucking rad. Like, you're doing a cool project. And I'm like, I know, I'm involved in the coolest project ever. Parents don't get it. Parents don't get it. So.
All right, and the very last question is from Happy to See You. Is everyone hoping to return?
I'd like to.
I mean, I thought we were friends, so like, yeah.
Though I know, Devin, we've talked about where, because we've played with 3, we've played with 4, we've played with 5, and we found that like 4 is the happy number.
Does,
Four,
does
really?
Bott count as 6?
No.
Ah.
Well, with Bott, 4 is.
Weirdly enough, 4 really was the happy number.
Yeah.
5 was just a bit too much because now this is where I get to audio design. I've learned a lot about audio design since coming in. I'm not great at it, as you can probably tell. I'm struggling through a live stream here, but pre-record is the way that most people have it better. Like if you watch Dimension 20, this is a really fun thing. It's all pre-recorded and each mic is on a different channel. So you can have other people's voices pop in, and you just turn them down so they're heard, but not overbearing. The problem is all of ours come from the same channel. So when someone talks over another, we can't hear shit. If someone were to talk over in that game, you can be like, person who was making the joke that wasn't so funny right here, turn it down to where it's audible, but not
not disruptive.
Disruptive. While the person who is talking gets to have theirs. So essentially, that's kind of the problem: is too many people, too many voices with 5. You talk over each other, and you know, like we have episodes where it's like everyone in the studio is having such a good time. And those are fucking the worst episodes because everyone's so happy. They're just like, haha, joke, 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 joke. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm having an aneurysm. And I'm so sorry if anyone can't understand. But yes, 4 is probably the good number. And we're going to do probably like 12 episodes or 12 sessions. So like 3 months and then break.
That'd be nice.
Better for YouTube, better for...
Totally. For sure.
Better for your sanity.
I'd love it. I get to walk home with a funny voice in my head forever now.
Yay!
It's truly excellent.
Excellent.
I want to open the door and say, hello, you've got a package for me. Thank you so much, Amazon Deliveries. Have a good day. I'm a necromancer.
You now can say you've had a character become a leech.
I did. He became a lich.
A lich.
I have started responding to my friends saying, yes. Yeah.
And
What a curse.
I want to thank, oh God, what's her name? Oh, fuck. Paget Brewster, I believe, is the voice that
Yes, Paget
Israfel
Brewster.
is based off of. Paget Brewster from the Thrilling Adventure Hours.
Beyond Belief.
Beyond Belief. She plays Sadie Doyle, a medium who is very drunk with a beautiful Atlantic accent. I butchered it terribly, but that's the fun of it.
My favorite story to tell is the day that Isra changed his voice.
Yeah,
I fucking love that
Immediately.
podcast. Beyond Belief is one of my favorite podcasts from Thrilling Adventure Hour. And the moment he came in and made that voice, I was like, I don't know if you're gonna get this reference, but you're pulling a Sadie Doyle right now. And he was like, that's the inspiration. I'm like, we're friends. This is why we're friends. Thank you for getting my reference.
Anyone else taking anything home? Anything we're
Yes.
packing out from it?
Well, so now we can do the giveaway.
Oh,
I've kept track of everyone that asked a question, and we will be drawing for who won. And it is Enjoy Talking. Enjoy Talking. You have
Congrats,
won
Mom.
a barbarian coin set.
Honestly, your mom has been a huge supporter of the show.
I have been,
And
yeah.
you know what? I can't thank them enough. I can't thank any of our viewers enough. Because at the end of the day, you know, we did finish through, but there was a point in time that I did not see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I was burnt out. And if it wasn't for people, super loyal and caring people in our Discord, Lemon, Magikarp, Turf Boy, you know, all of those people, if it wasn't for people like that who were just so active, I don't know if I would have had a better time. I don't know if we would have seen a completion if it wasn't for people like them.
Yeah.
So, the community is what made this happen, and that's what made us to get to our 69th episode.
Yeah. There's been a lot of comments as we've been going about, you know, you guys saying this is something you look forward to, this is something that, you know, got you through the week, but we wouldn't have gotten through the campaign if it wasn't for you and your continued watching. Like, we would have quit long ago if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you so much for being here. A lot of you from the beginning. It means so much to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also want to thank you guys, because it's just been such a pleasure to kind of learn. I mean, even like having fun at the table, but like learn different styles of how people roleplay. You know, different backstories, even different combat choices. It's always just like such a great learning experience to play with other people. Especially, we were all like strangers.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's fucking weird. Like going back and being like, I remember coming in and I was like, okay, I'm so shy and I don't know what to do.
The balls, the audacity we had back in the day.
Yeah, for some people that don't know, we auditioned for this. We didn't pick from our group of friends. We had straight up auditions. We were like, come be on our show. So,
at this point, I'd give you guys bone marrow or something too. Like, you guys are friends. You guys are willing to take
we've had sleepovers.
Yeah.
We
stayed up till 5:30 in the morning watching Centaur World.
Is that when you got back in bed? Shit. Alright.
The end of a chapter, but the beginning of a new story.
Anyone have anything you want to say?
How chapters work.
Chapters work.
Thank you. That's all I have to
Does
say.
anyone have any
Thank
other
you.
things?
And, you know, like, please, you know, the next time we have something, tune into that too. Don't let this be the end. Like, you know, we want to keep creating content and we want to keep engaging with you guys and having fun and like, please stay in touch, I guess.
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah.
We're nerds. We're gonna stay nerds. We're gonna consistently try to make content for nerds.
Yeah. Fucking valid.
For nerds. Again, Beyblade is pretty nerdy, so if
Ooh,
it's
on
so
that note-
On that
Thank you
note,
so much for joining us today.
guys
We
are
have a
awesome.
Discord. Come hang out with us there. We'll be in touch.
Love you all very much.
Love you all so much.
Can't wait to see you.
Follow us on YouTube, watch our past episodes.
End it!
require the Beyblades.
Take it. No.